se cayó la ruca.
No mames.
Se cayó con todo el pinche Oculus, güey.
Con todo el Oculus.
Y yo la vi y me hice pendejo. There's a lot of like child abduction and all that kind of stuff. You get me? And you know how now we finally discover the whole topic about aliens.
So I think that if you do have some sort of out-of-body experience where you actually meet some sort of creator or whatever is out there, for you to be able to comprehend such complexity, it'll show itself as what you're comfortable with.
Well, my stepdad, he said that one time when he was driving down that road right there, like around that general area where the house was, like he saw somebody walking. So they go back and they say she's not there, right? And keep in mind, like I said, the fucking road is 5 miles. There's no way somebody's gonna walk
5 miles
like 5
that fast.
fucking complete miles that fast. Can I ask you something? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you know where you're gonna go when you die?
Oh la verga, what the
Bro,
fuck?
that's my favorite question.
Hey, how's it going, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Max's Max. This should be episode, 23? And today we have the Halloween special. Let's fucking go.
Let's get it.
So, like I'm pretty fucking excited because we have, like, this new setup, bro. Like, last year we had the table. But now, you know, that's just old news. And we're here, wait.
And now this is new news. How?
This is new news, bro. So we're all drinking except for me, bro.
No, you're drinking just coffee.
Just coffee, bro.
That's
What are you drinking, Frank?
Coffee.
So let's go ahead and then, you know, just provide like what the fuck we're dressed as. So go for it, bro.
All right, guys. So it's Mitch. Little Mitch is back.
Hey.
I'm dressed up as the construction worker from the expressway.
There you go.
So hey, we haven't finished. Sorry, my bad.
Give him a
We're
little
on it.
break.
Yeah. Give him a little break. It's because
break.
we're over here at the podcast.
Yeah.
The whole team starts coming in.
He has his priorities straight.
Yeah, but hey, we're almost done.
Doing the content, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, you already know. I'm Bryan. Shit. To be quite honest with you, I don't even know why I chose this costume. But you
Last minute.
last minute. But you got to drink it up, baby. Come on.
Y el pinche Frank.
And then there's me with the same old costume from last year because I had no other choices.
Spider-Man the Wish. I've never seen no Spider-Man that wears shoes, by the way.
La
but-
garrapata, enseñen la
I'm from the
garrapata.
Wish universe.
La güey, la garrapata.
Enseñen la garrapata de...
¿Cuál pata agarro?
Hey, man. Oh, fuck, dude.
Well, what about you, Matt? What are you dressed up as?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forget.
Motherfucker.
My bad, way. Well, I'm dressed as the fourth Hokage, Minato, way. You know?
¿Cómo?
The fourth
¿Qué
Hokage.
cagas?
Oh, shit, hold up.
¿Qué la está cagando, güey? Ya la cagando, vato, ya.
Shit. Ya la cagué. Nah, but I'm just as the fourth Hokage from from Naruto, you know. You know it.
Yeah.
You know. I know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
They don't know shit. We know, bro.
Yeah, we know. It's a badass costume. I fuck with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck yeah.
Dude,
Tired ass Naruto.
I'm not even Naruto. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly, so you're tired.
He's
I'm his
Naruto's dad.
No,
Yeah.
pues pinche
Even more
ass.
tired, pinche heel.
Hey, respect, bro. He passed
yeah.
away, bro.
Ah, qué bueno que se muera la verga, entonces pinche hijo pendejo.
He was not even viejito. He died young.
Yeah,
Ah,
bro.
bueno, pues-
He was like, what, like...
He was a
30?
legend.
Pues
Yeah.
igual de pendejo for dying young.
Oh, bro. All right. You know
Skill
what?
issue, cuz.
What? Watch Naruto, bro. Watch Naruto, bro.
I'm good.
You should give it a
watching
try.
him. Oh.
Yeah, I'm watching you right now. Good, pretty good.
Well, all right, whatever. No, but dude, I met this guy. Like, he came on the podcast, bro. I'm not sure he wants to like.
GPA.
No, but like I'm not sure he wants to like be known for this. Like he was kind of like no, like don't tell anyone. But bro, I'm not gonna say who it is, but he had the Naruto tattoo, bro. Like the seal.
Oh yeah, the seal.
Yeah,
I
like
seen that.
in his belly, bro.
Wow,
I was
bro.
like, that's fucking cool, man.
You know what I've been wanting to do? The curse mark.
the Sasuke's
yeah.
one, like
yeah,
I mean,
the one here.
the
on
Orochimaru gave him.
Yeah, the curse, right?
Yeah,
So the curse
yeah,
mark.
the little,
yeah, that one looked nice.
Dude.
Yeah, I seen it.
So what are y'all doing over there, bro?
Nothing, everybody. Go talk about your
They're
Naruto,
hating, my
cuz.
bad.
Hey, bro, they're just fucking.
Oh, we're not
hating,
even
bro.
saying anything,
They're,
way.
they're like fucking weebs, and I'm over here like, you know, like, oh, badass,
When did I say
bro.
our weebs?
You said it right now. I'm gonna edit it. Like, weeb. He's gonna put that on the.
I want you to go back and say where I called y'all weebs, wait. Weebs.
Right, I will.
I bet you're not gonna find it. $100.
Shut up, bro. So conspiracies,
Which one?
bro.
Thank y'all
okay.
for coming so much. That was it for the
No,
podcast.
no. So I was actually like talking about this with my friends like right now, right before I came here.
Okay.
So check it out. So this one, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Así con madre, because como si
pass
tengo
it.
pinche supervision.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to just like another little thing.
You know what you need, Max? You need a big ass like screen TV, widescreen bullshit with a projector to be like, yo, look at this, look at that, look at this and that, and then we just start like watching some Pone, I mean, some Sweetie Fox. Hey, Sweetie Fox, hit me up. What's good, girl? I'll pay you like $100.
I mean, look, dude, that's doable. But it's just gonna, I don't know, like it's gonna take like a lot of work to put a screen over there, way, and just
we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
you already have the whatever the hell that is.
That's just a clock.
Okay, well, add a TV right below it.
Why don't you just grab your Mac PC bullshit like the screen and just flip it, and we can see from here.
But the thing is, like, well, now I gotta figure out how the fuck to
Así nomás irá. Just flip.
really, like, would it like AirPlay?
I mean, look.
Oh yeah, you have an Apple
I mean,
iPhone.
Mitch
computer.
already has a hammer. What more do you need?
I hope it's.
The people on the express is going like,
to the fucking bridge and shit's like fucking just destroying it and shit.
Minecraft ass fucking building.
Homie, building blocks.
The Mexican Thor. El tortillero.
Chile, bro, that thing has been in construction for like a decade, right?
Bro, it's gonna go another decade, bro.
I don't know about 10 years.
Look,
No, ever since I got here, it's been under construction.
Look, this is a thing, bro.
which part?
Any part.
No.
Look,
They're going by sections.
Whenever they started the construction in Mission, that was back when I was like in freshman, when I used to live in Mission, and they fucking finished that like 2-3 years ago.
No, like 5.
That's pendejo.
No, straight up. That was like 5 years ago.
Okay, point is, it took over 5 years to fucking do that shit.
Wait,
It's such a simple ass.
it's not gonna happen
I
overnight.
can fucking do that shit overnight, bro.
Then why aren't you there?
Sin paga, porque no me quieren.
Y sin paga, güey.
Sí, yo lo hago gratis, güey. And then here it's an even like a busier, bigger like intersection. So it's gonna take even fucking longer. So hurry the fuck up. I want to drive and not wait. And
I mean, the intersections are already open, way. Like
that's what she said.
the intersection's going towards like Edinburgh, like from Mission to Edinburgh, it's already open.
No, I was talking about like, you know that intersection where like it splits into like McAllen and San Juan and shit.
Yeah, that
one is fucking ass, bro.
I know,
they
but
opened it, but it's still ass. Like it's under construction.
Because what's under construction is they're adding another lane, way. That's why.
No, bro, but they
Chilling
demolished the
cansado.
bridge to go like whenever you're driving west, they demolished the bridge to go north. Like it's just not there anymore.
Yeah, I know, because they're adding more lanes.
Yeah, well, you gotta like get off on Cage.
Pinche
and,
San Antonio wannabe, todo cansado.
Well, I think that we're going towards the San Antonio like lifestyle, bro. Like the valley is going towards that.
Pinche valley
I mean,
cansado.
Like, it really is.
Bro, there's like 2 fucking buildings, bro. That's all there is.
Yeah,
that's
but
all you need, güey. ¿Qué más quieres,
like,
güey?
I want pinche New York here in the pinche 956, bro.
Nah, I don't know about
I
that.
want to see myself going.
No, but I really think like where the valley's headed, bro. Like it's just growing exponentially, and I think like in 5 to 10
Yeah,
years.
growing with just car washes, bro.
Dude.
And coffee shops,
Car wash,
Car washes and coffee shops. That's all you find here in the
all you
valley.
fucking find here, man. Like, it's
No,
just like,
man, no vale dick.
oh, new construction
Yeah.
is like, oh, it's coffee. Or it's like, oh, car wash. Tired ass fucking mess.
It's like
For
in fucking
real.
Mexico. Hey, necesito que ir a Soriana. Te vas pasando 3 Oxxos y le das a la izquierda. Luego te vas a encontrar 5 Oxxos más y le das a la derecha y luego vas a pasar 5 Oxxos más y ahí queda el Soriana. Es like, no mames, güey.
Yeah, bro.
¿Cuántos pinches
Oxxo,
Oxxos hay, vato?
Same shit, but over here with car wash, bro. Like in Chile.
Did y'all hear about the Oxxo over there in Austin, Texas?
There's an
Nah.
Oxxo?
Yeah. There's one.
fuck?
In Austin?
Yeah, in Austin.
Don't lie. Yeah.
No,
Really?
no,
Like,
yeah,
for
there's
real,
one.
bro?
Yeah, I mean, I
Road
saw a
Little trip to the Oxxo.
I saw a
Llegamos
post
a
on
cerrado,
Facebook.
huh? For real?
Yeah, I
Dude,
saw a
that's
post
weird.
on Facebook. I mean, I don't know. It
That's
says-
like the only Oxxo in the US, right?
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
that's wild.
eight. Was it ATX? Yeah, for Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Oxxo.
Yeah.
Text.
Yeah,
Text.
check it out. Check it out.
Hey,
That's one that we
about
built.
that.
Okay. Hey, wait, Oxxo Loki is like fucking powerful. Oh, in
Dude,
Mexico,
it is.
eh.
It's like Disney
It's-
over there.
That's fucking crazy, way.
Dude, yeah.
Like I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, "No, güey, usted tiene un poder pendejo," and I was like, "Fuck."
Oxxo es
I believe
una
it.
tienda. Shit.
Hey, but they're
de
fun,
todo.
bro. Llegas y tienen todo lo que quieres
Sí.
a la verga,
No, no
vato.
solo
Hasta
eso,
las
güey.
putas tienen, güey.
No solo eso.
Hey, wait, el Chile, way, it's like a Bucky's.
Al chile sí.
Like,
Sí,
yeah,
güey. It's
Buc-ee's,
no,
güey.
güey.
Un tipo Bucky, pero mexicano.
Güey,
Sí,
te
yeah,
apuesto
yeah.
lo que
¿Me entiendes?
sea,
Algo
güey.
acá chido.
Si
Hey, wait, it's
pinche
'cause they have
Oxxo...
everything, way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, but they don't have the droga garapiñados.
Nah, bro.
Oh, I mean-
if Oxxo puts a big-ass gas station like Buc-ee's, it's gonna fuck Buc-ee's in the
Yeah,
ass.
but
güey.
like
Gacho, güey, gacho.
Buc-ee's is like known for like to be one main central store, and Oxxo is like just like a plethora.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's.
Like
es
Stripes.
como se. Ándale.
It's like
Yeah,
Stripes.
exactly. Sí.
Okay, well, that's why. Make an Oxxo like that.
Oh, be like Oxxo Plus, Oxxo Max.
Oxxo,
Yeah.
you can see Max's
I
picture.
mean, just like
Ah,
HEB Plus.
Ahí está.
Oh, hey. What's up? Like it was first said here on Max's Mics, bro. If you guys build
trademark.
it, trademark the Oxo Max, bro.
We want 40% of your company.
40%. Like we're just over here like acting like sharks from Shark Tank. Like, I'm out, man.
Sorry, I'm out. Stupid ass idea. Go away next. Ow.
No, but dude, Oxo's like so famous. Like we joined a fucking Oxo thing in VR chat, bro.
Oh, that was fire.
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
there's so much
There's
shit
an
in
Oxo
VR,
in
bro.
VR chat,
That's
bro.
actually badass.
It's so fun, bro. It's fucking
What
funny.
is it about?
Club.
Hey,
What
man.
game?
And VR chat.
Oh,
GPI.
it's
VR
I fucking
chat.
invite you, like, yeah, get on right now. And you fucking text me next
güey.
topic. Es like, I was tight, vato todo cansado, la
Y que
verga.
not even me,
Y
güey.
que- qué onda, güey. Este que
And
ese vato se
I
duerme
get
ahorita.
sleepy at 8:30 p.m., güey.
Me and Max are
Hey,
going
wait,
hard at the strip
every
club in
time
VR chat at 3 a.m.
all right, look, we're gonna talk
Can
about
you
this.
imagine?
Every time we play VR, Max stays on for like 30 minutes, and then he's like, "All right, bro, I'm gonna help
Oh,
off.
shit.
I'm gonna go to sleep." And then like fucking, it comes like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Puro pinches TikTok que manda el camarada. No que estaba dormido, güey.
Facts.
Look, wait. When I take a
I'm
nap
looking.
during the day, I'm awake like at 1 or 2. But like usually now, like, I just get tired and I prioritize my sleep, and I just gotta go to bed. Cause like next morning I'm gonna feel all tired. I'm not gonna be productive, and I hate not being productive.
Pues, I mean, you're already awake at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, güey.
Start working out.
Yeah.
Ala.
So you guys play Oculus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass. I have
Yeah.
an
So,
Oculus
Brian,
too,
how did
bro.
you get yours?
do?
Yeah,
he
I
has
do.
one. He
Way.
has one
I
way.
have one.
So let's squad up,
I'm
bro.
down.
Hey, fuck the podcast. Let's go to VR chat
Let's
right
go,
now.
bro.
Everybody goes to their crib.
Dude, I'm fucking down. I have one. I have one there at the
Dude.
crib. It's just I don't really play
Dude, tonight, way.
Because you don't have people to play with,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. But
'Cause,
now
like-
that y'all were talking about
Yes,
it, I was
bro.
VR chat. I remember that.
Because don't get me wrong, VR chat is fucking fun
Yeah.
with friends.
Yeah.
Blah would go hard.
Pablo is fun, but I
But-
suck, bro.
but-
I
but
fucking
when you're
suck.
by yourself,
it's pretty cool.
You gotta keep playing, güey.
Yeah, wait. You gotta know the hacks. Like pinche Bryan with the pistols, like John Wick, neta, way.
Hey, wait, I one shot people with the Deagle, way. Across the map.
No, for real, way. Whenever me and Bryan 1v1,
I mean, when my controllers are good, now they're fucking
yeah,
trash.
Bryan's controls are all trash.
They're garbage.
But Bryan's like, yeah, use the AR, use the AR. I'm like,
But like, what happened to your like? They just like stop tracking, or
They
what?
have
stick
like
drift.
stick drift for some reason. Like I don't even know why. Like chingos a stick drift.
But you got money, just buy new ones.
oh, no, vato.
¿Sí o no te tienes
güey, a mí no me
No,
embarres en este
güey.
pedo, vato. Yo no quiero estar
What's that,
embarrado.
güey?
I don't know.
Yo te los compro, papi,
Speaking
si
of,
quieres.
nah, speaking
Look,
of that,
wait,
way,
mira, si quieres yo
do
te
you
lo
ever
saco.
have people like go to the pawn shop way and they pawn that shit?
Oh yeah, the fucking Oculus. Look, check this out. There's one time this lady, she had bought an Oculus, right?
Okay.
And
Don't make you out.
she had, I think she had bought in the warranty or something, right? But she was coming and se cayó la ruca.
No mames.
Se cayó con todo el pinche Oculus, güey.
Con todo
Y-
el Oculus.
güey, y yo la vi y me hice pendejo y me reí y luego la vi otra vez. Dije,
pinche Mitch like this, bro.
He's
sí,
like, do it
güey, me
again.
saqué donde dije, a la verga. Dije, nada, no hay pedo.
Para los likes.
Se levantó. Viene la vieja
Pa'l
y me
clout.
dice, I came to return this because it's not working.
Okay,
No,
he's like,
no
right
shit,
now,
bro.
güey.
Te acabo de caer, pinche viejilla culera.
No, and the very first thing I check, I look at the Oculus and you know how it has this little...
The lenses and
the
shit,
lenses
the cameras.
inside.
All
It was
cracked.
already cracked. I was like, oh.
Ingasu.
I was like, whoa, what happened was that when you probably fell, yeah, it cracked. And
Which
she's
I'm
like,
assuming you fell, have.
she's
I
like,
didn't
no,
fall.
like it was already like this. That's what I was like, ma'am, like we saw you. You're like right in camera. You know, like bro, like and she would try to return it. Long story short, she couldn't. But
pues,
she
sí,
ended up
vato.
taking it back.
Dude, can you imagine?
Oh,
Like,
dude, that
but-
sucks, bro.
Just
Imagine
to
playing
answer your
Oculus
question-
with just one camera, with one eye, way. Like
The what?
Like only one
no,
camera.
me
No,
te da
jala, güey.
pinche dolor de cabeza y
God,
otro wow.
It's like, hey,
Parezco
Yeah.
Chris.
Nah, the pawn shop they bring some pretty cool stuff, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
fun.
I
Um,
bet.
Hey, whenever they bring in paintball stuff, let me know.
For example, like the camera that I got. So the camera that I put on layaway, it was the Sony A6.
6,000.
Well, no, the 6400.
6,400?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
So I
okay,
put
okay.
that one, and guess for how much they left it for me?
$5.
'Cause
300.
no, it was like 540,
540. Okay.
and it was almost brand new. Cause I
Yeah.
know brand new. They're going for like 8 something.
something like that.
Yeah, so they give
With
me
a
a
kit
pretty
lens,
good
right?
deal, man.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bad.
Did it come with a kit lens?
No, it didn't came with the lens.
Just the body.
Yeah, just the body. Cause brand new with the lens, it costs like 850,
Something like that.
something like
Yeah.
that. You know, so I still got a good deal, not bad. You know,
Yeah,
I think
bro.
I think pawn shops has some really cool gems. You just gotta search.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
You just gotta
Yeah.
search.
Hey,
Hey,
wait.
that's true.
Straight up, bro. Like, look, this is brand new, so I'm not expecting it to be like in the pawn shops. But if it is, let me know, bro. I'm really looking for a Meta Quest 3, bro. Those are
Okay.
fucking fire, bro.
The
I'm probably gonna buy
The,
that.
the Oculus, but
yeah,
the third one.
the new one.
Like the new
Oh,
version.
Quest
shit.
3, bro. Have you
That
guys?
one is
No, I
wild.
have
haven't
you
seen
guys
it.
seen what it can do?
No.
Okay, first of all, you know how it has like 3 cameras in front, right?
Yeah.
So in the Oculus, like yes or no, like you get out of your boundary, you see the world in black and white, like all blurred.
Yeah.
Okay, it's full color, full
Oh.
resolution. You don't gotta take it off. First of all.
No way.
Second way is VR and it's AR. That means that, bro, you can watch a YouTube channel, and you can see just the world. You can be cooking or whatever, and the YouTube channel is like right here.
Yeah.
YouTube's
That's
right here.
dope.
Fuck.
That's
Bro,
dope.
That's fucking crazy,
That's
bro.
fucking, dude. That's the fucking future. I saw the video right now, like on Instagram, dude. Dude, I was like, that's Ready Player One.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
it
really
really,
AR.
it really fucking is. And like the video I showed you, I think it was on Instagram or some shit like that,
Which
where
one?
like you could play with like your own surroundings. So like it was like a COD Zombies type shit. It wasn't COD Zombies, but it's like COD Zombies.
Oh, yes,
and like the
dude.
zombies start like breaking
Like,
through your
like you
actual
can
walls.
basically make it like as the map.
Yeah, your house.
No, it'll
that's
detect your
badass.
windows, your door frames, and the zombies are gonna come through those
yeah,
windows
and like
and those
big
door
ass,
frames.
big ass zombies break through
That
like,
is
the walls
badass,
and
way, but
shit.
that's kind of
A
scary.
little
That's-
creepy.
Yeah,
a little creepy.
that- yeah, like
And now, when I was with the homies right now earlier, because I was helping a homie move out, we sat down to eat and everything, and they were like, "Oh, like, did you see that interview that Mark Zuckerberg did with I don't know who?" And I was like, "No, which one?" And like, it scans your face. It makes like a virtual version of like a
The
deep
third
fake.
one, the Oculus 3.
I think they had it in the Oculus 3. I'm not sure. I'm
What
not
the
entirely
fuck?
sure how that worked, but it just looks like a deep fake of you, and it looks hyper realistic. It still looks creepy, you know, like
Yeah.
hey,
Is
there's
it by
something.
Unreal Engine?
No, but basically, just Mark Zuckerberg had an interview with this guy, bro, and like, bro, it looked like, you know, like it's just their
That's
avatar,
fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
but it looked really realistic.
that's insane.
Yeah, dude. So I just
That's
like,
crazy.
dude, I can honestly already see like, hey, like meetings are gonna happen there, like business meetings.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah,
'cause
for
it's,
sure.
It's just convenient for everyone to be like, hey, just hop on. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't gotta drive.
Yeah.
It's just convenient,
Bro, you know what's so crazy is that when for some reason it was so crazy that I woke up one day and I was like, I want to learn how to play poker.
Okay.
I never really learned how to play poker, bro. I have a friend who's really good at playing poker. At that time, he didn't teach me. What I started doing, I got on the Oculus, and the
Okay.
Oculus they got that poker
Ah,
VR.
yeah.
Yeah. So I started playing poker on the poker VR, and that's how I learned how to play poker.
No way.
Yeah, bro, so freaking cool, man. What you can do is like grab the chips, and you throw them.
Yeah,
you throw
you're
it.
like,
And
here's my
no.
bet. Y si quieres, güey.
Yeah, no, check this out, bro. What you can also do,
Yeah.
you're vaping.
Nah.
Yeah, you're vaping in the game. But you know what I did? Because at that time I had my vape.
He grew an addiction, güey.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah. I got my own vape and started vaping. It feels so real, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was
Fuck.
like, damn, I like this.
Okay, now here's the thing. People in VR chat, and I want to know from your perspective. People in VR chat claim that they have phantom sense. Did you get that? What does that mean? For example,
to a certain extent.
in the VR, you touch your hand, you touch your arm, and you kind of feel something in your real arm. Like your brain wants to feel it. People claim that they do have phantom sense, and some claim they have pain.
Bro, it's like the same thing. It's like whenever someone gets like a leg or an arm chopped
Yeah.
off,
Yeah.
and like they're itchy or they want to scratch in that arm, but they don't have that fucking
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Or the experiments, where they put a fake
Yeah.
arm,
Yeah.
Just
and
like
they trick
that.
your brain with a little feather, and they hammer the fake hand, and you're like, ah.
Like you
Yes, I
haven't
seen
seen
that
that
one,
fucking
yeah.
vest, bro, that they have for it's for VR. You put it's like you
The
you put
shooting
on-
one, way?
You put it on, yeah. Like it's for like in general, like oh you're getting shot, you fucking feel it, or you
You
blow
feel
up,
it.
or
That's
like
crazy.
someone like touches you or taps you, and you feel the taps and shit. It's like bro, that's fucking wild, bro. Now imagine just like
There's
a full suit of that.
There's a vest
Fucking
for
just
that,
like-
dude.
Huh?
Dude, I mean, dude, I mean, like if we're being honest, like the porn industry is the one that like goes for the newest
gonna go
technology
crazy.
first.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, a
'Cause,
friend
like,
They
told
want to
me.
bring it to you.
Well, the thing is,
What
because like, dude,
friend,
it's a $1 trillion industry, dude.
Yeah.
It's like
it's crazy.
I don't know if it's bigger than oil, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
It's up there.
Well, fuck the porn industry.
It's up there.
Dude, it's
The
because like
porn
it's
industry.
because like nobody talks about it, but like it's a sad reality. Like it's
It
just
is.
it's
It
just the first or second like most producing industry in the
I
world.
mean, we literally have the #1 fan right next to the right.
yeah, like
Oh,
so.
Sweetie Fox hit me up.
Hey, hey, wait, have you seen those videos that it's like, hey, $30,000 to be in a video right now? And they're
Like video?
Yeah, like in a video.
But like 30 grand, is that really worth it? Well,
No, that's what they offer them, like the person.
Yeah, it's kind of.
oh,
like,
yeah.
So I can offer him less. $5.
He's like, I'll do it for free.
I'll do it if I give you a little massage. I'll let you peg me. Oh,
For 30 grand?
not for free. Yeah.
El Spidey está raro, el Spidey hoy, güey.
La garrapata,
Wait,
pues,
we have
Güey, la garrapata,
Hey, que
humana.
metieron aquí adentro, güey, que got me tripping.
Spidey's a little zesty, way.
Yeah,
My
güey.
little zesty
Eh, güey, qué
spider.
pedo, güey.
The itsy
Eh,
bitsy spider went up the water puss.
Cada quien, güey. Cada quien, güey. The multiverse is pretty big. I don't know.
There's infinite possibility. You know what I mean?
As quoting Mr. Strange, güey.
So,
Sorry, it's 'cause I was.
Max was taking that strong ass.
No,
Yeah,
so
bro.
back to that, right? Because I did felt that before. What you're talking about?
What? No, the Phantom Sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, it happened to me when I was. You know how the Oculus has this thing where you go to the settings, like not to the settings, to the main,
To the lobby.
Yeah, to the lobby.
There you go.
And it feels
lobby.
like
It feels real, way.
yeah, it feels so real. So like
And
I
there's
was
a
in my
mirror.
bed.
And there's a mirror.
Yeah,
right?
there's a mirror. You know, there's
Yeah.
different things, bro. It's like a couch. You know,
Yeah.
there's like carpet.
Yeah.
I was in my bed, laying, sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, the kind of like the sheet that I had, it just felt so really soft. So it just felt like if I was literally sitting
There?
down, I
Yeah.
was there, man. Like,
Bro,
that felt really cool, man.
I just got
like
like, I don't know if it's already a thing, but I just thought of something kind of cool that I feel like people, like companies that own VRs and shit, like MetaQuest and all that shit, should do. It's like, okay, you know how like people usually play like in living rooms or like rooms and shit like that,
Yeah.
right? And you know how you say, okay, like you know how like yesterday or whatever day we were playing. Like you came to
your lobby.
my house, right?
Yeah.
To my house. You're like, yo, what the fuck? Where am I? I'm like,
Yeah.
you're in my crib. And you're like, oh shit,
Yeah, I
right?
didn't know it was just by accident.
Now imagine if like the VR, like with your VR, you go around your room with the cameras and shit, and it scans your whole room, and it makes like a lobby
Yeah.
from your room. So like, okay, it's a desk, puts a computer
that'd
and
be
stuff.
insane.
So that way you know where stuff is. So if
Yeah.
you want to sit down or lay down or whatever, like you're actually laying down in the VR world,
Yeah.
but in your room.
Yeah.
So that way like you don't trip over stuff and shit like that.
I'm
Damn,
pretty
that's
sure
cool.
that has to be in the works already.
That
for
would be.
sure.
I'm pretty
For
sure
sure.
that would, but that would
Yeah.
be fucking dope.
But
Yeah.
for sure.
The thing is like, yeah, I even envisioned like I did a joke like a long time ago. I was working on school, dude, like with Adobe like a 3D AR fucking software, and I put the Maxis Mike's TV in there, bro, and like it was actually playing. So I put like a little joke like, oh, Maxis Mike's coming to VR, but I did envision something like that. Like, what if I just take a picture of this room, and like do
like a 3D model.
like a 3D model, and in the future, dude, I'm pretty sure like
Imagine like in an Unreal Engine 5.
yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure like we can be recording this whole podcast, but we can have an extra camera for VR. And like people are just gonna move around, listen to the podcast, and they can just sit right there.
Bro.
That'd be crazy, huh?
Yeah, dude.
That'd
so
be
fucking-
crazy.
something new,
Bro, I think that's gonna be the next fucking like
Max, I just got an idea.
Like people consume content. What's up?
You know how people create worlds in VR, chat, and
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Max's mic or what?
bro, you could create like your own, like in the studio,
Yeah.
and since all four of us have a VR,
Yeah.
you could put the couch and everything, and we could make like a VR version of a podcast.
bro.
I'll be so fucking down.
Oh my
bro.
god,
Bro.
Let's do it. I'm
bro,
down.
that's
Hey, while we're recording,
insane.
wait.
And I'm sure you can like
Yeah.
upload. I'm sure you can upload like the same images and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 100% possible,
Dude.
So now imagine like like you do like once a month type shit, like like a VR version podcast
Yeah.
type shit. That would be cool. I've never seen a VR version of
Hey,
any
wait,
podcast.
And then,
Yeah,
you,
me
and then you
neither.
get chingos of people to come in, we.
Hey,
bro.
and it's all over the world, bro.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
all over the
you
world.
make,
There's
you
no
make, you make
barriers.
the, you
There's
make
no
the lobby
barriers.
open.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And we can go around VR chat making friends and shit.
Yeah.
From different parts of the world, people have different stories.
Yeah.
We can bring them into the VR
Yeah, that'd be
podcast.
cool.
But it's gonna have to be like an invite only, right? Because like
No, you make it open.
Well,
Will.
look,
then
that's
like,
the thing.
Like 100 people show up and it's like,
Oh,
you know.
or
There's
you
always
make,
gonna be cagapalos.
you put
So
a
you have
limit
to
to
be-
your lobby. How about that?
The what?
You put a limit to your lobby. Let's say like 20 people.
That's still a lot.
Like that is a good idea, but no matter
Yeah.
regardless if it's 10, 15, or 20 people, there's gonna be someone que va a estar cagando palo.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
You're
yeah.
gonna
Like-
want to be talking
Yeah,
and
of
interviewing
course.
people and shit, and they're
There's
gonna be
always
fucking
people,
around.
There's
Yeah.
always people in VR that have like those skins like
Yeah.
palo. They do like they play really loud music into the mic. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what
So-
I'm saying. Like we can like just play around in VR,
Yeah.
like we make friends, get to know people, and then we give them the idea if they're down, bring them into the podcast.
Actually,
Yeah, that would be pretty
I'm
cool,
seriously
man.
gonna look into that. I'm super like.
You're welcome
yeah.
for the idea, Max.
No, thank you, friend.
Remember this day.
That'd be
Halloween
pretty- that'd
day.
be- that'd be cool, man.
Halloween day. day, you know. But I gotta think about that.
Hey, we gotta start saying some scary stories. So this is a Halloween edition, baby. What's going on,
There's nothing
cuz?
scary, way.
You're scary, bitch. You're ugly as fuck, motherfucker. Getting his mark.
We don't talk about that.
Nah, that's for another podcast.
I know.
It's a big ass shoes, man.
But I told you.
Construction
Hey, wait,
worker.
those are size 12, way.
Size 2.
What
You're
the
size
fuck?
12.
I'm size 12, yeah.
I'm
What
size
the
12.
fuck?
This motherfucker's shorter than me.
Bro, I'm
No,
fucking
I
size
believe
7.
I much.
That's why I have a tic tac, way.
No, bro.
How tall are you?
Oh.
6 feet.
Stand up. Stand
Bro,
up.
I'm 5'11",
Stand up.
and I'm taller than you.
Stand
way.
up.
Let me see. Esa lonja?
He's 6 feet.
What the fuck? You're right. You're a Max
Yo.
Mike's, bro.
I don't think the camera, any camera got. Oh, you can get that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He got caught.
Hey, wait, you got
Whoops.
God, bro.
Max not 5'11", way. He looks like he's like 6'1", 6 feet.
Nah,
Yeah,
Max is
no,
for sure 6'3". Watch. Max, stand up.
Nah, I don't know about 6'3", but he's above 6 feet.
Damn, bro, I'm 6'3", dog.
Nah, like Frank, stand straight up, Frank. Stand next to him.
Back to back.
Yeah, Frank's probably like 3 feet, like 3
Damn.
feet, like 3 inches taller than you, way.
Minato versus Spider-Man.
I'm 6'3", so.
Wait, Minato or Spider-Man?
Minato.
Yeah, and what helps him look like more taller is that you're slim, way. That's what helps you.
Well,
look
not
taller.
anymore, hey.
Hilo. The skinniest motherfucker here, wey.
For real.
Yeah, I'm over here looking like
Hey,
a
wait,
little muffin
actually,
top.
like, okay, but like, being honest,
Huh.
like,
What?
I used to be super skinny now.
No, yeah,
wait, you're still
props,
skinny, way.
props to you, my boy. Props to you.
You're still skinny, way.
Really?
You're
Why?
still skinny. What do you mean, why?
Well, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
like,
That's your
Like,
body,
props to you?
it's que, wait, like, honestly, I grew up fat, right? Like, you know, I was a pretty fucking chubby kid. So I have that trauma way. And, you know, I right now, since I saw myself very skinny, and now I'm kind of like, me repuse.
Like you look. Sorry,
I see myself as fat.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
man,
like,
man.
look, you're not fat, bro. You're a good-looking guy. Super
Far
homo,
from
because I
that
like you.
way.
Thank you.
Nah, but like, even like when you were like on your chunky days, bro, like
Yeah.
you weren't ugly, way. You weren't like Mark. Ow.
Hey.
I
No,
love
but
you,
I
Mark.
mean-
I'm just fucking around.
No,
I
no,
love you.
but,
he's not fucking around.
I,
I'm not.
I look like a teddy bear, you know?
I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, for the record, I'm not, bro.
Negative.
Hey, negative.
Negative.
Hey, bro.
Never in my life.
Hey, wait. Mitch, did you see that podcast with Mark and Bryan, wait?
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was funny,
Yeah, bro.
That shit was funny,
The
bro.
whole
so
time,
mad
Brian
that-
was right.
Yeah, bro. That was the funny part of this.
Bro, I was laughing while editing it. He's like, tell him what you work first. That's false, bro. Actually, you worked over here. But he was right, way. And Mark was like, oh, yeah, that's right. So it's like, bro,
Dude,
what the fuck?
I haven't seen Mark in a while, man.
Bro,
I hope
he's-
he's doing
You're not
good.
gonna
Funny
see him.
motherfucker.
Hey,
I love that's for like after podcast talk, bro.
That's
That's not funny.
Yeah,
That's
this
not
is
funny at all.
hilarious. I condone. I'm playing.
Oh fuck, bro. No, but I mean, I know you guys have stories, but do you guys have like scary stories together?
Nah, we just have a lot of
Funny
crazy stories.
Yeah,
Let me see.
because I mean it's Halloween. I'm saying.
I know Frank has some scary stories.
But I probably already said him in the podcast.
You already said them. But I mean, like for the people that like were
Well,
not
you,
tuned
you,
in
you
back
did
then.
get a lot more subscribers now, so they
Have
could
you
probably-
said it? Oh yeah, you said it, right?
Yeah, I've already said them, but dude, I mean, I can tell them again, bro. The thing is, like now that I'm dressed like this for reals, they're gonna be like, the fuck, you know?
Talking about scary way, the drive into like to your house is pretty fucking scary.
Oh yeah, that's
Pretty
scary.
fucking scary. Like
Yeah.
even with lights, way,
I
like,
would let it
that's just
on.
like
Yeah.
bro, you could be driving down that motherfucker and like even with your high beams on, you're like, hey, wait,
Yeah.
something's gonna pop the fuck
Look,
up.
Yeah.
for Max's safety, we're not gonna say exactly where he lives, but he lives in the middle of butt jack fuck nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
it's
Yep.
pitch black, and it's literally the definite. It literally screams out Skinwalker Ranch. We sell Skinwalkers.
yeah, no, we
That's
sell
literally what it- like what
we
your
sell their
fucking
piss,
place-
bro. We harvest them.
Oh,
Dude, I
All
was so
right.
scared because I was like, I probably took the wrong entrance or something.
Oh,
'Cause
you
on the
get
GPS,
stuck, bro.
No, I know. I was like, hopefully I'm not at the wrong ranch because
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
for real?
You never know.
Especially here
they
in
don't even give me a
Yeah.
chance to be like, hey, man.
For the podcast, it's like one
Nah, for
podcast, bro.
real.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, but yeah, it looks really scary, which I know it's gonna be like a problem for guests.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
gonna
know?
get to. Because the idea that I had pitched to you that you liked.
Yeah.
Look,
I loved
for,
it.
For anybody watching this, okay? It's for sure gonna be a future project, but just know that we're gonna need a lot of more guests. Maybe like, because it's us four, maybe like what? Maybe 4 or 5
Another
guests?
4 more, yeah.
Like a
Well,
4
I
or
need
5
to buy
extra
another
guests.
mic.
Yeah. No, we'll make it work. We'll make it
Yeah.
work. But you know, I pitched an idea to Max. Max liked it, and I think we're gonna go with it soon.
Yeah,
but
I think we've already said it on the podcast, bro.
Yeah, but you know, they don't. Maybe they forgot. Ow, they're gonna have to go back to your podcast to get you more views. Ow.
Or maybe they didn't watch that podcast.
Yeah,
Maybe they didn't
for your 2000. Hey, which by the way, congratulations, Max, for hitting 2,000 fucking subscribers.
Oh shit,
bro.
thank you, bro.
2,000 already?
I don't know how.
Going up.
I don't know
Hey,
how,
congrats,
bro. Thank
man.
you, bro. I honestly,
It's-
like, dude, like, I look at it, I'm like, what? Like, I don't feel like I deserve. I'm just like, huh?
Don't think that shit, bro.
Like,
you
it's just
can't.
fake. Like,
But you know why?
To me, it's like
It feels
that's not
surreal.
real.
It feels
Yeah,
surreal.
it's just like
Troncote que
because like
traes,
I never
papi.
thought I would have 2,000 on anything, let alone on TikTok. It's like 10. So I'm just like, what? Like that's weird. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to actually, and I've already told Frank this shit. Like, if
Post
you
more?
have, not even post more, but like if you have live access to multiple platforms, way,
I know.
go
way.
live on them. Way.
I need to
Go live
I
on
need to
them.
get better about
Well,
that.
one
way.
thing I feel like you need to really investigate is why you get like not permanent
banned on
yeah,
TikTok
like,
Live.
shadow
like
ban.
shadow banned on TikTok when you go live.
Well, I don't get shadow banned. I get like
Temporarily.
my lab gets suspended. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That is
a
kind of
lot,
stupid.
okay, so the thing about TikTok, way, is it's dude, fucking, it's probably one of like the sensitive apps out there.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
most
it's
sensitive
crazy.
apps out there.
It's wild.
So you have to really watch what you talk about.
Yeah.
Like specific words that you say.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure
little-
it's some sort of algorithm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're cursing or something, maybe
And then
that's
the
what
thing
it
about
is.
it is, bro, I mean, it's like you said, like we were just talking about, dude. There's like chingos of palos out there, dude. There's literally, like, I'm not even fucking around with you, way. There's some people who actually dedicate their time to fucking report lives.
Yeah,
just
no,
because
for real.
they're fucking haters, way.
Bro, I mean, like, then there's always haters. Like, there's more haters than like positive people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you
100%.
saw the reel that went viral on Instagram. All the comments are negative,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
okay, that one TikTok that I posted that I
Okay.
definitely did not think it was gonna go fucking viral.
Oh,
remember the cereal one?
Yeah, the cereal
Okay,
one.
okay, Max, post it. Ow, I'll give you permission. Ow.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate ya.
I'm never. It was so funny because I think I was still with you guys. No, I don't know if I was with you, but when I had first freshly posted the same day, like
Okay.
2-3 hours later,
Yeah.
like it started, kind of going up a little bit, like getting views.
Oh
I
no,
was like, oh shit, right?
You were not with me, but we were on a phone call.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then some dude had posted like, "Oh, this wasn't even fucking funny. All this just for 2
I
likes."
remember that, bro.
And then like the next
53 likes. He
yeah, all
said-
this for like 50 some likes.
Yeah.
And then the next day it had like 20K likes or
Yeah,
some shit.
bro.
And
Oh,
I
shit.
replied, I'm like, "So how many likes do I have now, cuz?"
Bro, he replied to him. Way.
Yeah, I mean, I was replying to every single either good or hating
Yeah,
comment.
that's what you gotta do.
Because if you have 500 good hating comments and you reply to all 500,
You got
in the
1,000,
comment
bro.
section, you're going to have 1K.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
going to be like, oh, people are interacting. You know, you got to be smart about
And
that
the
shit.
algorithm like doesn't. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, there's people
Yeah,
commenting.
and
Yeah,
a
exactly.
lot of people reply, start replying, so you get more and more comments. And remember how I told you how I was gonna get a bunch of like, oh, this guy's a Dashi wannabe, this guy's Dashi, this guy's just Dashi, pinche Dashi from Walmart. I was cracking up with those comments.
Yeah, bro.
And all the comments were like, no, well, I've been watching Dashi since I was like, what, 11, 12 years
Bro,
fucking
since
old?
freshman year, bro.
Like, since he freshly fucking started
Yeah.
long ass time. You
yeah.
know.
bro. No,
And
this
that's
guy
why,
is
like,
it's a Dashi fan.
yeah, I'm a huge fucking Dashi fan. That's why, if a lot of people say, oh, you have Dashi humor, Dashi. I grew up with Dashi, bro. That's like the
Yeah.
main like gamer YouTuber that I've been following since I was a kid and still do.
And
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
You know what I mean?
there's nothing new under the sun. You're gonna have to take inspiration from somewhere. That's
Yes,
what
exactly.
art is, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like literally, like this whole thing, unconsciously, dude. Like I took inspiration from somewhere. Like my friend Frank Munoz, like Cuban, he came. He was like, "Hey, your studio like screams Peter McKinnon. That's my favorite YouTuber." And like unconsciously, dude, like
Damn.
like yeah, dude, these are the fucking colors that he uses, you know.
Yeah.
And like, dude, there's nothing new under the sun.
And dude, it all revolves back to the fucking haters. They're always gonna look
Yeah.
for one little thing to be
One
like,
thing,
oh,
bro.
you have this because of this guy. You're a wannabe.
Yeah,
oh, this
bro.
guy because you're a and this and that. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, thank you for the comment. I'm gonna reply back so I can get more comments for the algorithm.
Yeah,
But
bro. No need of
No,
that.
but to be honest, bro, it's not like if it's not even bad to have haters. Way, if anything,
No.
it's
Yeah.
actually good
The
because
haters-
if you have people hating on you, it's because you're doing something right.
Yes,
Exactly,
exactly,
bro.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
exactly
For
what I
reals.
was gonna say.
Yeah, man.
If they're not talking about you, it's because you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
You know what
Exactly,
I'm saying?
bro.
Yeah.
And dude, you know what tripped me? I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mitch.
No, go
you know
for
what You know what kind of like tripped me out? I think it was
What,
like I saw it yesterday. An old friend from when I was in middle school. I haven't heard of anything of her since. Like I have her on Facebook and shit, but like since middle school, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, And I'm like, oh yeah, like this chick looks like that one girl that like I used to go to school with.
Yeah.
And I pressed on her profile. She has like, I don't know how many millions of likes and how many, like almost 1 million followers. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, so she's an influencer. Like, what the fuck? Like,
what?
yeah, like I have her on Facebook and shit. And it's just mainly like on the TikTok platform. She does like makeup and stuff. But it's like,
that's cool.
Oh shit, like she's popped off hard.
Well,
like badass.
we have someone that we went to school with that she popped up. She has like 50K. You all remember Claudia Lamas?
Oh
yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
she
yeah. I
popped
miss
up.
her.
Sound familiar.
Yeah, bro.
What did she? What
bad
does
out.
she do?
Well, she's like I think she's an Instagram model, right? Like
Yeah,
she has
she's
aesthetic-
like an aesthetic model type shit.
Like all of her pages like black and gold, and it looks
Yeah.
really good. You know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like she has a color profile that she works with in a color grade, and
I fuck with all her posts, bro. They're fucking fire.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Claudia, I
Yeah,
can see
dude.
this. Keep doing the fucking job. Fuck all the haters.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck everyone.
no,
Yeah.
and
You
she
do
did
you.
she did a badass video because I think like I'm not following her, but I saw her and I was like, oh, Claudia Lamas is like she's famous now, right? And she did like a badass video where she's like, oh, I know what y'all say about me, and then like it was like a little bit of like 2-3 seconds of waiting, and it's like number 1, and she's like, I don't give a fuck, and she was doing this. Way. I was like, props to you, dude. I fucking feel that, bro. Yeah, bro. I was like, hey, that's cool, bro. But yeah, if you see this, like, congrats, dude. Like, keep doing what you do.
And
Yeah,
dude, honestly,
congrats.
like, kind of rolling the ball back to like, okay, like the content creation and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know like how good I felt. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I have been slacking a lot on my channel. And
You have, boy.
I have, and I need to get back on the fucking ball.
No, me too.
I really do.
But you
I really
have, yeah.
fucking do. But like whenever, which by the way, shout out to my boy Mal for lending me his PS5 because without it, I wouldn't have done live streams. And you know the Spider-Man 2 came out for the PlayStation. I was super hyped, bought it, played it. I went live on my YouTube.
Fuck yeah.
And the day before I went live, I did like a little like a test live, right? For just a span of a minute.
I remember. Yeah.
Bro. Oh, dude, it touched me. It touched my heart so much, bro, because like I went live. I'm like, okay, I'm checking this, checking that. Okay, everything's working, everything's good. And then people started coming in. We're like,
Yeah,
oh, Mr.
yeah,
Diamond
yeah.
Duck, how you been? Bro, it's been such a long time. How are you? And it was like 12:30, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, like,
Like, I'm actually having
Like,
some sort of impact, you know?
yeah,
like,
bro.
yeah,
it's like,
cool.
bro, like my,
Yeah.
you know, like my subscribers, my people are actually like here. It was just a fucking like a 1 minute test run, and people were already in the comments, and it's like, bro, like that honestly means so fucking much, and that's why like I can't just leave it alone
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
you
You know
can't
what I mean?
just ignore it.
Like
Yeah.
I have to keep the fucking grind
Yeah,
going
dude.
because I know myself that like. Yeah, maybe like my editing is not the best. Maybe that my, I have to fix a couple things and this and that. But like, I know I can make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know I can build a big fan base.
That's the biggest
and shit.
thing, believing in yourself. That's
Yes,
Like,
that's
I
the
for
whole
sure
thing.
know.
It's
I'm just
believing in
lazy.
yourself
Yeah.
and having passion. Once
Yeah.
you have passion, will never ever
Yeah.
you lose that. You know what I'm
Wait.
saying? Passion's always gonna help
Yeah,
you
bro.
get anywhere.
100%,
Dude,
bro.
and I read this quote. I saw this. I don't know where, but it was kind of like, hey, if you're doing it for the money, you cannot compare yourself to somebody who's just living it.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
And then that
Facts,
was
bro.
like,
100%,
bro,
fam.
yeah, dude. I was just like, that's a deep ass quote. Because
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, if it's just your passion, you just live. Like, you're not even competing against anyone.
And
Yeah.
wait, now that
Yeah,
now that
exactly.
you say that, like, I don't know, I don't know if you know who Deion Sanders is. You probably do.
He sounds familiar.
Okay, well, he's
Yeah.
a coach, right? Well, he
Okay.
used to be a pro in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's
Okay.
now a coach of a college team. He coaches Colorado.
Okay.
So one of his it wasn't really a quote, but they somebody asked him. They were interviewing him and shit.
Okay.
They asked him. They're like, why don't you? Why don't you coach in the NFL in the professional? And he's like, the reason why I don't coach the people in the professional leagues is because they're getting paid. And why does that matter? Because somebody who's already made it that far and is already getting paid, they're not going to give you the effort as to somebody who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
So
true,
whenever
man.
you like coaching,
It's the grind to get up there.
coaching like college players, they have the drive way. They have the
Yeah.
drive to want to win, to want to
Yeah.
be themselves, to be better themselves. But once you're already getting paid the $1 million way,
Yeah,
they don't give
like
a
made it.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of
They
like,
don't care.
you get complacent. You're like, oh, I'm already
It's
here.
like, oh, I'm getting paid
That's
at
why-
leve.
You know
I
how
don't,
to
I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's why like in like college football is so different than NFL.
Way
Oh,
different.
yeah,
way
100%,
different.
Way different.
But because in
100%.
college they're doing everything they
can.
can to stand out.
They
You know
give
what I'm
you
saying?
they give you everything they have, way.
But the thing is that there's a quote that I saw. I don't know exactly how it goes, but they said just because you made it to the NFL doesn't mean you already made it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You still gotta make it. You know what I'm saying? Because
the grind never
dude,
stops, bro.
you might just make it, but you haven't even made it to the Hall of Fame. You haven't even
Won a
gotten-
Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's still more to that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like all these NFL players, I feel like they're there. Some people they're there because they want to be there. They
Yeah.
love it. You know, they enjoy what they're doing. So that's why I respect you so much too, because dude, it just comes out naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like we love doing this.
Yeah, we
This is-
all
yeah.
do. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
fun.
and
It's
I
fun.
feel like like if you have passion, do it, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just do it. Don't stop. You know, don't let money, because I get it. Money is important.
Yeah.
But money isn't everything.
No.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as like, dude, literally it's as simple as a job. Like you can have a badass job, bro, that pays you fucking good, everything is more positives and negatives in that job. But if you're doing it at the end of the day just for the paycheck, bro, you're gonna hate your fucking job
And
every time you clock in.
And you're gonna burn yourself out, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you
You're gonna
do,
lose
if,
your soul.
especially for a company or a job that
But-
can replace you within a day.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
within a fucking
if you
day.
and literally, bro, like straight up, you can be working for a fucking multi-million-dollar company, bro. You can be the most verga way. From here to tomorrow, you die away. The next day, they already have somebody right after you. I
Exactly.
see. Doesn't matter what position you got, bro.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
man. And this goes out to everybody that's watching or that's gonna watch in the future or whatever. Max, Mitch, and fucking Bryan can vouch for me, bro. Whatever it is that you guys want to do, go out there and fucking do it. Fuck what everybody thinks. Fuck what you think. What people are gonna think and feel about you. Just go and fucking do what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
dude.
I'd rather do something that I enjoy in my life and not make it feel like work. It's like,
Literally.
like okay, imagine getting like paid to play video games. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a fucking-
and you're
and that's the
talking.
life.
You know, you have your fucking what do you call it? Like you have you build up your
audience?
Fan
your
base.
audience, your fan base. You know, you have people that's like, oh shit, like hey, what's up, and this and that. It's like,
And you know,
and it's crazy,
and
man.
you might do 30K, but you're happy and you
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
exactly,
You know?
bro. Like how, and I say this every single fucking podcast. Like, I never thought I was gonna even reach like the amount of subscribers I have right now.
Yep.
I have like 700,
bro.
37,
Yeah.
something like that. I never even thought I was gonna reach 50 or 100 fucking subscribers, bro. You know what I mean? And that means a lot. I mean, I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? I've just been slacking,
And the
which
thing
is
like
one thing I shouldn't be
picture
doing.
700 people, like
They
you
wouldn't
looking
fit
out
in
the
this
window.
room. They wouldn't fit in this room.
It's a crazy amount of people.
It's like, oh shit.
Dude, honestly, dude, even 10 subscribers way. Because if you really pay attention, like people when they hop on YouTube, they're there for videos. And, like for the most part, they're there for videos and stuff. Like nobody, like be honest, way when you first downloaded YouTube or whatever, you didn't go like, oh, let me go subscribe to this person. No, you get on there and he's like, oh, let me see
You
what I
just
can watch on here.
Yeah, you're looking
That's
for
what I'm saying, dude.
entertainment.
Even 10, dude, you can fit 10 people in here, way, but to have 10 people who actually follow you for what
Yeah.
you do, it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
Way.
and
It's
that's
hard.
the thing, dude. Like, I think it's Dan Cole who said it. I'm not sure, but it's like, look, bro, like you don't need like 1 million subscribers. Like, yeah, you can have 1 million subscribers, but nobody's your fan, right?
Exactly.
You need like 100 fans that are gonna follow you from any platform, and then that's how you build a strong fan base and
Yep.
a strong brand. You know.
Yep.
So it's like you don't need like 1 million subscribers. You need a strong fan base.
Yep.
And it can be 100, it can be 10. You know. But as long as they follow you, dude, and they trust you and they like you for who you are, then
Yeah.
you know, like you're on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it is, bro. And it's crazy. The ride there is crazy.
And the thing is, dude, it's kind of like it's hard to get there. I know, like consistency is fucking hard. Like
That's with everything, bro.
putting out content, dude, and like, you know, having a passion for it. Like it's still hard even if you have a passion for it. But whoever puts in the work deserves the
Exactly.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
It's just like my favorite quote always says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah, dude.
I will never forget that. My coach would always tell me that.
Yeah, bro.
because I would always work harder than the guy that had talent. And no
Yeah.
matter what, at
You'll
the end of
beat
the day,
him.
you'll surpass him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
always.
So
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that. You
So
know, I think
having talent is dangerous.
yes, having that. Yes, exactly. Because you're so drunk, like with talent, and that
Yeah.
you're like, nah, I don't need to work that hard.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? You're fine with that.
Exactly, bro.
But
Exactly.
That's why like awards are also like, oh, dude, like for example, like I don't want to just throw flowers, but I 2 days ago I got 2 awards because I built a design for this app, and you know it got like gold or whatever, and you know like my girl was like, oh, like congrats, and I'm like I don't wanna believe it, like to me like I don't want them to mean
Yeah.
anything because
Yeah.
then I'm gonna get high on it, and if I believe like the praise, I'm gonna believe the hate. and then I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, this time I didn't get an award. Fuck, and I'm gonna base.
You're gonna bring yourself down.
I'm gonna put my value on like whether I get an award or not.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, you don't know who's judging your design work.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't know.
You know. So it's like they can be having a bad day. They're like, nah, chinga su madre.
Yeah, for real.
Like, oh, my ex used to design like that, so no. And you don't know. Like, we're humans, right? So the thing is, it's just like I just don't want to like believe it and just keep working hard in my thing and doing me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool, I got an award. All right, cool. Like, to me, it's just like I got a really good professor that taught me how to do that.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know? Yeah. So it's like that's the whole thing. It's like, dude, it's because it's hard. Like, whenever you have talent and everyone's just telling you, oh, you're an amazing designer. Oh, you're this. And it's like, you're an amazing football player. You're an amazing podcaster. It's just like, no, bro. Like, you can't get high on that.
No.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to believe the hate.
Se te sube la fama, se te sube la fama.
Yes,
La fama, que... Like whenever my mom's like, yeah, eres famoso, me encanta los cinco.
Oh, dude, hey, wait, this
famosa.
guy, he got recognized.
I got recognized once.
Hey, bro, but
Ooh.
that's once more than a lot of people can say, way.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, when have you ever got recognized, Bryan? Never, because you're ugly. Ah.
Hey, qué pedo, güey. Ya se le subió la fama, güey. Qué pedo, güey.
Nah, but
Yeah.
it felt cool. I was like, oh shit, hi. Yeah. She was like, oh, come here.
Okay, now that's one. now that's one person. Way, imagine like the fucking vergas. Imagine the way they
Dude,
feel.
like everywhere, every day they go out, they're like, oh shit, let me take a picture. Oh,
Yeah.
No, honestly, and this is on me. Like I've put this on myself. Like, when I get big, you know what I mean? If it's like, if it's like with your help or by myself or whatever it is, and the first person to like actually like that doesn't know me, genuinely doesn't know me, and says, oh, like you're this YouTuber or whatever, and says, can I take a picture with you? I'm gonna straight up be like, yo, either send me that picture or let me take a picture with you, because that's gonna be the first person to ever ask me for a picture.
And print it out and shit.
I'm gonna fucking print it out and put it on a fucking wall. It's like, that's my success right there.
Yeah.
One thing that I've always learned, right?
So y'all see me in the street.
Is to always stay humble. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
No matter what, if
100%.
you blow up, it's just stay humble, because that's something I've always learned that's gonna help you get somewhere.
Yeah.
There's this famous rapper that I really like a lot. His name is Santa Fe Clan.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you guys
Santa
know
Fe,
him,
yeah.
but this motherfucker's so humble, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so humble that he made it. You know, anywhere he goes, like, he's
They
always
recognize him, bro.
yeah, they recognize
He
him,
was
bro.
with Canelo, right? At
Yeah,
the
he
fight.
was a Canelo.
Yeah.
There's also like a little beef going on that he had, because one of his people that he signed, he had that beef, but he's with this guy, so he didn't kind of want to hop on the beef, so he kind of squashed it. You know what I'm saying? So even if, you know, there's problems like that, if you're that bigger person, do it, man. Squash it. Always be humble. To all
Always
these
be the
people.
bigger person, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
dude.
bigger the bigger
Always.
person, man.
And that's what we were talking about at Blackbird Diner yesterday, dude. You know?
Oh yeah.
Just keeping it humble.
Literally,
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
is,
literally.
bro.
That's what it is.
because that's how you build the fan base, bro. Going back to the fan base, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Because when you're humble and people see that, people actually admire you even more.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, exactly. Because it's like you're just not an asshole.
Exactly.
And I feel like money like doesn't change you. Like kind of like how Gary Vee says, like it exposes you.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Like you were just
It
an asshole
does.
from the beginning.
You were just exactly.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
but
exactly
now you're
how
just
it
a
is.
rich asshole. You know,
Yeah, now you're just a rich fucking asshole. Yeah, exactly
or
how
a
it
famous
is.
asshole or something.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
So, like, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
right.
a lot of shit. Like, for people to be doing that, like, there's a lot of fucking evidence around the world, right? Like, especially a bunch of prophecies that are in the Bible that are being fulfilled, like, as we speak. Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's crazy.
That's why. I mean, you can believe in whatever you want, but me personally, I believe in God and I believe in the Bible. You read the Bible. Okay, look. Worst comes to worst, bro. Let's say it wasn't real, but I at least had faith and I died with faith, and I would much rather die
Believing
it, even though it ends up not being real, but because you never know, there's always that what if. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's better to be safe
I
than
mean,
sorry.
So check it out. I think that having faith just gives you purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like in something, just believing in something, right?
Wait, we started earlier.
Oh yeah, we're live, bro.
Oh, shit. I thought we were just talking.
No, we're live.
It's
Bro.
an interesting conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I think like having faith in something just gives you purpose, and that's very important. I just don't like it when people like I see other people like shoving their beliefs down somebody else's throat. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, it's
I agree with that, but yeah, because there is some people who really do overdo it. Like I get what you mean.
Like
Because there's a difference between like trying to
impose
spread something, or not even spread, but make people aware. But then there's people who force you to believe in what they believe, and that's not the correct way to do it.
Yeah, I mean like Christopher Columbus. Yeah. Right?
Homie said.
I mean, dude, it's true. You know, it was in the name of Jesus. They just mass genocide in the name of Jesus. Like, you know?
No comment.
I mean that's just what it was, you know? Like I mean it happened. You know? But back to what we were talking about the river. Yeah, dude.
The Euphrates River.
That's kind of scary, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's screams and chain like sounds coming from down there,
probably
bro.
just a really big strip club down there, bro.
Right. There's a VR chat server.
Leslie Frank.
I feel like because I mean you guys be noticing that I mean there's a lot of like child abduction and all that kind of stuff. You get me? And you know how now we finally discover the whole topic about aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this thing that's might happen, right? This is my theory, right? That something might happen like this, that whenever God is coming down, right? Because you know how they say that Jesus is gonna come one day and get his people. What if you know people start disappearing, but then the government starts blaming on aliens? I feel like that's gonna be really interesting. Because
now aliens are being talked about by government.
Yeah, and now they're also saying that.
Well, it's not so much that I'm gonna piggyback off of what he's saying. So, the purpose of them doing that is to, how do I say it? It's to manipulate. It's to manipulate. So
it's always that.
Yeah. So I mean, like if you're a believer in Christ and stuff like that, you know that the earth belongs to the devil. Mm-hmm. It belongs to the devil. So the devil controls everything that happens on here. If you're a believer, of course. I mean, if you're a believer, you know what I'm trying to say. So he controls everything that happens here on earth and stuff like that, which is, I mean, you can go into a lot of rabbit holes, which is a lot. It's too much to cover.
Yeah.
But so the point of doing that is to keep as many people away from Christ. So they want to fake an alien invasion.
That's what they've been saying.
That's what they've been saying.
Yeah, that's what
Project Bluebeam.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, fuck it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the purpose
that they've been talking about. But I mean, yeah, man, it's just like, what do you do at that point, though?
Kill yourself.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, unalive yourself.
Like, what do you do at that point? Like there's an alien invasion. The thing is, dude, like, if you think about it, though, if there is an alien invasion, immediately, nobody cares what religion you are. Nobody cares what country you're from. It's humans against aliens. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I don't care that you might be Republican and I'm what's the other one? Democrat or vice versa, bro. Or I don't care if you're a liberal, bro. Like, hey, we need to help each other out because these fuckers are coming to
kill us. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what if that only helps humanity come closer together?
Well, I don't know. Well, we don't know what's going to happen.
The thing is like politics and religion create the most division in the world. When they always said it like, oh yeah, it's gonna unify us. But in reality, like there's wars. It's always been religion or politics, and politics can be money, land, power.
I feel like I get exactly what you mean, but I feel like what kind of separates everything, it's sin, and that's what I believe, because sin also gives you, like, for example, how can I say it, like, te haces egoísta a veces, ¿me entiendes? Y todo a veces quieres todo para ti, pero no se puede ser, ¿me entiendes? So like, it's a really, I really do understand what you're saying, but it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it.
Well, like
really.
just to play the devil's advocate, there's a quote, and I want to know what you guys think, since you guys are like Christians, like very, very strong believers.
I'm Frank, not Christian.
Sorry, it's
joke.
like, well, what do you guys think about the quote that says the devil's greatest what was it, like the devil's greatest act or something like that is making humanity believe that the Bible is the word of God.
Come again.
Yeah, say that one more time.
I've heard that, but the opposite, like saying like that the worst lie that the devil told the world is that God never exists.
The devil's greatest trick is convincing the world that
that the devil
Bible was the word of God, something like that. There's a quote that says something like that.
Yeah.
Along those lines.
Well, there's another one that I heard that it says the biggest lie that the devil told the world is that the devil never existed. You know, something like that. I forgot how exactly it goes, but it's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Que se aparezca ahorita.
I'm good.
Okay, what? Let's go based off of the quote that you brought up.
Yeah.
Repeat it one more time, please. So I can
honestly, I don't know the quote, but it was something along the lines of like the devil's greatest trick was convincing humanity that the Bible is the word of God, because like he just crafted a Bible and like it implies that the devil made the Bible and hey, I'm just gonna tell you that this is the word of God, what you should follow, and then I'm gonna make myself the bad guy, but I'm still gonna have you under my control, because now you're just scared of hell, and I'm gonna drive everything through fear and make like laws out of fear.
Okay, now
and it's gonna be a fear-based system, but marketing it as a faith.
Okay, I understand that, but like now how do you describe people who've had experiences of hell or heaven?
Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't, because I mean,
no, of course not. No, I know, but
I've never been up there or down there, man.
It's a question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
Like how would you explain that?
For sure. So I think, check it out. So the way that I understand it personally, right? So I think that even if you do like, for example, mushrooms, right? There's people that go on these crazy psychedelic trips.
I've done mushrooms.
And they claim to have met God, right? But I think that if there is something out there, some sort of higher power, right? It'll just present itself as what you're most comfortable with. So if you believe in Jesus Christ, it'll present itself as that. If you believe in a God with a great beard, it'll present itself as that. It'll talk to you that way because it's what you know, it's what you grew up with, it's what you're comfortable with, and it's what you have your faith set in. So I think that if you do have some sort of like out-of-body experience where you actually meet some sort of creator or whatever is out there, for you to be able to comprehend such complexity, it'll show itself as what you're comfortable with.
Damn. It's really interesting how you brought up the whole topic about mushrooms, and let me tell you why. Because I was also watching a podcast. It was with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the whole theory about Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
That, I mean, in the Bible doesn't really say that it was an apple that they ate.
It was ass. Ow.
It
does. It just says a forbidden fruit.
It's a forbidden fruit, right?
It doesn't specify what fruit.
Knowledge, and it's knowledge.
Knowledge, exactly.
And it's knowledge.
It's knowledge, and it opens your third eye. So when I did shrooms for some reason, like it opens your.
You were connected to the divine, and you got knowledge, right?
You're connected to the earth. You're connected to everything what's going
around
on.
you.
Yes, and the thing with shrooms, that's why I believe that whatever Adam and Eve ate
was something with that.
It wasn't an apple.
Like they were on a psychedelic trip.
I'm not saying that it was a mushroom that they ate. But what I am saying is that what they probably ate, it was something that was psychedelic.
Yeah.
And that took them to a trip, and then that opened their eye, because I think when I took shrooms, it made me get closer to God. It made me want to know about God.
To your faith or something.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is that, remember, when Jesus died on the cross, he already died for your sins. You know what I'm saying? So for me to do shrooms, or for me to do drugs, just so I can get closer to God.
It's a conflict in thought, right?
Yeah, it's a conflict.
Because the religion has told you that doing drugs is a sin.
Yes.
But what if religion is like this perfect scheme that's telling you drugs are bad, so you actually don't, like, you are in conflict with consuming like stuff that like mushrooms, so that you don't find that out inside of you.
This is my belief. I feel like God brought us to this earth to find true love, and true love is with Him, right?
Okay.
So what I believe is that He didn't want Adam and Eve, or He didn't want none of us to be touching like drugs or like psychedelic stuff, because for some reason, bro, weed, mushrooms. I don't know. Like I guess
Mm-hmm.
drugs get you like kind of interesting about that topic about God. And I think what God wants to do, He wants you to love Him without using all that stuff.
But then, look, check it out. Just for context, I don't do drugs. I've never done them. You guys know, right? But I love talking to people that have. And, you know, like I love listening to all these whole like things about like mushrooms and shit like that. And ayahuasca and like, you know, everything that follows DMT, right? So playing the devil's advocate, how would that make sense if there's so many claims, and even your own, that mushrooms got you closer to that? So why would that even be a sin?
You want me to tell you why?
Go for it.
Free will.
Elaborate.
Free will. You have the choice to do. God gave you the choice to do good or bad.
Okay, but like
why?
What I'm asking is this.
Like,
what I'm asking is this. Check it out.
Okay.
This is, let's just say this is mushroom, right? Hey, if you take a sip of this, you're gonna go on a trip for 10 minutes, and you're gonna meet God. You're gonna get closer to Him.
Okay.
And then God says, "But it's a sin to consume it and get closer to me."
Free will. You have He gave
that in my head that doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense, way, because free will comes with that's love. To give somebody free will, you give them the
right
option.
to choose.
You give them the option to choose correct to the wrong or the bad.
Okay, it makes sense, but how? Like, what doesn't make sense in my head is all these testimonials on like, oh, mushrooms, like, you know, they show me what's truly out there. I felt connected to this being, but then religion says, hey, that's wrong. Don't do that.
Religion actually doesn't say that. Religion doesn't say that drugs are bad.
Well,
I've heard in churches that they do.
Okay, yeah, he's right. It doesn't specifically say like, oh, marijuana or beer or this and that. They're wrong. No, but it does say anything that alters your mind, it's a sin.
Okay.
You know that.
So the moment that you do shrooms, it alters your mind.
So even coffee and even that.
You want me to tell you something?
It alters your mind.
You want me to tell you something? Like, you know,
so that's a sin.
But like so alcohol.
That's what I was going to get
alters your mind.
Exactly. And coffee too.
So then how did Jesus turn water into wine if it's alcohol?
You want me to tell you?
But
You want me to tell you something? On the Bible, it doesn't condemn you from drinking. What it condemns you for, condemns you from doing is doing it to the point where you're no longer in your senses.
Yes,
but
that's
when
you're drunk.
But I'm wondering if that's picking and choosing.
So look, let me tell you right now. I drink this right now. I'm in my senses. I'm not drunk.
Start throwing up.
But the more I keep drinking, obviously, it's gonna alter my body. It's gonna alter my mind.
That's a good point of view.
That is what the Bible says. It doesn't say that you cannot drink. It's a sin. It's wrong when you keep drinking for the wrong purpose. What to get? Because dude, there's people. Believe it or not, there's people who drink to get drunk.
Oh yeah,
many.
In my past,
that is a sin. That's what it says. That's what the Bible is specifying.
Somebody from my past.
There's so many things that it can alter your mind.
Everything alters your mind, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Hoes be
It's just
altering my
as long
mind.
as it's not for the wrong purpose. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
that makes more sense. Now that you shed light on that does make more sense. Even I don't know, like going back to the whole psilocybin, mushrooms, DMT. People do microdose.
Oh yeah, I've used to do microdosing. Even with weed, I do microdosing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's microdosing on weed? Just smoking a little bowl. You know, but it still alters your mind. It still gets you high. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
So and that's the thing. It is a sin. I'm not perfect. You know, because I still smoke. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, "Oh no, I'm not religious." This is the thing about me. I don't believe in religion because religion was created by men. It was created by us.
Facts.
You know, and
it goes back to what you said. Religion was created to divide, not to bring together.
Yeah,
it's what faith is different from religion.
Cool. Yeah,
that's a big difference.
Yeah, because I honestly I don't go well with religion. I don't like religion. I have my own beliefs.
Max is satanic.
No, and that's why people have a hard time to go to church.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't want to go to church because there's those
with religion,
people,
and religion is very like
and that's the thing. The thing with Christianity, that's why a lot of people don't like it. It's because it's all about having one-on-one conversation with God, an intimate relationship just with Him.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily mean just because you go to church you're gonna be saved. No, but if you do believe in Him and you do love Him and have a relationship with Him, you are gonna be in a great place. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that all he's asking for is just for you to talk to me just the way I'm talking to you, a regular person. There's no scripture where you gotta pray exactly like this. Yes, he did. He did tell his disciples how to pray, but just to show him sort of a way how to pray. Because one of them asked, "Well, how should I pray?" And he explained to him how he should pray. But honestly, like, it's all about having a one-on-one conversation. And that's it.
And it's crazy because a lot of people, it's crazy on how religion has come to be, because like there's a lot of people think that you have to do good things for other people, like you have to give back, you have to go to church and stuff, like to get to heaven, and that's false.
Yeah,
dude.
But then how will we know that though?
Because it says it in the Bible, that like the key to getting into heaven in the Bible, it tells you all you have to do is just believe and accept that Jesus Christ died on that cross for your sins, and that's how you will get into heaven. And there's a I don't know what book it's from, but I know there's a scripture in the Bible that says that there will be people who, when it comes to him judging, because that's what it says in the Bible, he's gonna judge the dead and the alive.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that were gonna tell him, was like, well, I did good. I casted demons for you and this and that. And you know what he's gonna say? It says in the Bible, he says, "Depart from me, because I never knew you." Why? Because that means that they weren't doing it like to be good. They were doing it. Because that's what they thought that would get him into heaven. They were doing it for the wrong purpose. In other words.
Okay. Now let me go ahead and play the devil's advocate again, right? Because I like understanding, like,
no problem. It's really, a really interesting,
really
topic.
deep, like perspectives, and like, you get to the roots and why you believe that. So why do we? Oh, that's what was missing. The fucking lights are not on. Anyway.
Oh, turn them on. Right now.
So why do we take the Bible to be factual?
Like facts.
Like why? Okay.
A lot of stuff has been proven, actually.
That's what I'm gonna. I get what you're saying. I get what you're asking, and the reason.
We need your mom here, bro.
The reason is, because if you actually take your time to read the Bible, to analyze the passages that you read, there's prophecies in the Bible that have already been fulfilled, and there's prophecies that are being fulfilled as we speak, and that are going to be fulfilled.
Okay.
So that's why there's a lot of people who believe in the Bible, because it all goes back to faith, bro. Like, I mean, no one knows, no one knows who wrote the Bible.
Okay.
But it's having faith.
Well, I mean, it has like over 1,000 authors, the Bible. And like the whole thing with that, like the whole trouble with accepting it as fact for some people would be the fact that it was translated over and over and over and over. And back then, there wasn't written form. It was like the written language was just very scarce, very rare. So stories would pass down from word of mouth, and you would just pass it down generations until eventually, you made it to the Bible because it was written. But it was translated so many times that, of course, things just get switched, things get changed. Because, like, even if you're on Instagram, if you go to some sort of Chinese post, Russian post, Hindi post, whatever, and you click translate, it'll translate kind of weird. Like, the grammar is not all there.
Okay.
Now imagine 40 translations.
Okay. Now let me tell you this.
Go for it.
I agree with you. I agree with you that the Bible has been translated in many times.
And like we were saying right now, like, I mean, they take chunks out, like the Book of Enoch, and just popes, like, I think it was about 1,000 years ago or something. They just like, yeah, fuck it, we're just gonna take that out, add this in. So it's just filled with like a lot of things that were they originally there, should they be there? I'm not sure.
No, this is my point.
So Pete,
it has been.
Frank's just so bored with this conversation, bro.
It has been reworded and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the moral of that scripture that you're reading is still the same.
Okay.
Just because it's not worded the way it was the very first time the Bible was written doesn't mean that the moral of that story or that passage that you're reading has changed.
Potato.
So it's still the same thing. Just because it's worded differently, that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that the story is any different.
So what would you say to the people, for example, that are like, hey, I believe 100% of the Bible, right? But I mean, the Bible says that if you're a woman, you should just listen to your husband, not do anything, don't work, stay in the house. Like that's what a good woman does. And like, I mean, of course, modern day women.
Look at the generation of today.
That's not what it says.
That's true.
That's not what it. That's not what it says.
Yeah, no, it does. Hold up. We got 6 minutes though, but let's.
Wouldn't that be like in the Old Testament or something like that? Or
yeah, well, it is in the Old Testament. Yeah. So the thing is like, well, it says that, you know, it just basically implies like, as far as I understand it, right? Like
what it says is it says that the woman should submit to her man or to her husband. Something
along those lines.
That's submit. Submit is completely different. Completely to what you were saying.
Okay, let's go ahead and go on a break because we only have 6 minutes recording, and let's go ahead and look for the passages and then we can talk about it.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Ooh, all right, so we had a really cool conversation off air, and we actually came to many conclusions, so we can go ahead and wrap this up kind of fast.
Sorry.
So we were doing about, it's a mistranslation, the whole submitting to your husband, because the quote says like, as the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the church of the, as Christ is the head of the church.
Church, yes, right.
So you're saying that submit is some, like, we don't have the right term in this language that was used before.
It's taken out of context. That's what I believe.
Okay.
It is taken out of context.
Because it says like, hey, you to be a good wife, you should submit to your husband. That's what it says in the Bible.
And people, yes, that's why people interpret it as in like, you should
be obedient.
You should like feel enslaved.
Okay.
And I just don't believe. I don't believe that.
Yeah, because that's what it means.
I don't believe that neither.
I don't believe that that's what it means.
Okay, the way that I understand it, to me, here's what I think. Something was written as a form of law or belief, and that worked back then. Kind of like, hey, you shouldn't have sex before you get married, right? That was written in the Bible. But to me, the way I understand it, the way that I believe it, is like, yeah, that worked back then, because back then you would die at 25. So you would get married, like at 12, right? So if you had sex before 12, then, I mean, yeah, dude, like, what the fuck, right? So that worked for back then. Times evolved. That doesn't work anymore.
Wait, what do you mean back then? Like, back then they used to live longer?
I mean, they used to live, like, the lifespan, the average lifespan was like, what?
25, 30, something like that.
When?
No, I don't think it was that low.
No. It was actually higher back then.
Yeah, I believe it was actually higher.
Yeah, I believe that it was back then.
People were just pedophiles back then. That's basically.
No, like I believe that back then, like the years were longer, but the fact that all these foods, all these stuff that we created, it's what's causing diseases. It's what's causing
cancer.
Yes, it's what's causing people to die.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. Because back then, people used to live longer.
Back then, everything was more pure and natural.
Organic. You would go outside, kill a pinche pollo, cook them right then and there.
That makes sense because you're kind of walking all day. You're, after comparing the proportion of those who died at a younger age to those who died at an older age, the researchers concluded that longevity only began to significantly increase past the age of 30 or so, about 30,000 years ago. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Past the age of 30. So, yeah, no, I guess I'm wrong. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're here to learn it from
we're here to learn. Nobody's right or wrong.
It just made more logical sense for the people to be like live longer back then than now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wait, really? But you think that they would go past 100?
Oh yeah, like some people back.
Oh yeah,
really certain people, not a lot of people.
Okay, well let me ask you this. It wasn't. Let me just put it like this. Not ask you. Sorry. Let me tell you this.
Okay, go for it.
To go past 100, it wasn't as rare as it is now. Like now, when you see people hit 100, bro, it's like all over the news.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like the oldest human is like 120, 130. I don't know.
Around there. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like back then, like to hit 90s, to hit 100s, it's not. It
wasn't rare.
No.
It was just a common thing.
Yeah, like now, like honestly, like now, I think if you hit like 70, 75, I think you're lucky.
Yeah,
you're blessed.
But, look, blessed. But I think now they didn't have modern medicine. They didn't, all that. Yes, are you doing more exercise? Are you getting more steps in? Are you eating healthier food? Yes, but the ones that did get infections and sicknesses, they would just.
Oh,
there's no medicine.
Yeah, no, that without a doubt. I'll agree to that.
Like the mortality rate is higher.
Like when it comes to like the medical field and stuff like that, like yes, I agree to that.
Because I do believe it was probably easier to die back then because, I mean, keep in mind, like
technology obviously
like sometimes this is something what I wonder too. Like when you guys wake up, right? Don't you guys get freaking thirsty sometimes?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so where did these people would drink water from?
Pinche river
clean
todo
water,
cagao.
right? There wasn't any
Yeah,
access to
yeah,
clean
you
water.
have to
but
distill the
sometimes,
water.
but sometimes I wonder, like, do they wake up like at midnight and it's like, oh man, I gotta go drink water over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
For real.
that's sort of the questions I have. Or even when they had to go take a dump, you know, where did they? Like
you
maybe
can't
in the river?
Like
The
you
back house.
can't just get up like the way we do now in the restaurant right there.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Check it out. But I think my argument still stands of like, hey, like
Cap.
that's what the law that worked for back then. Because yeah, girls were usually get engaged between the ages of 12 and 15.
Jesus fuck.
So yeah, so if you had sex before that, I mean, of course, it's like, what are you doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that law worked for back then. As times evolved, of course, like people now question these things of like, oh, that doesn't work anymore.
I think it's just society itself.
It's cultural.
Yes,
and
it's becoming so culture that a lot of people are saying, "Hey, it's fine." But I think the whole concept of that, what God really was trying to say, is that yes, you need to be with somebody, and you need to get married, and that one person turns to one, right? One flesh.
Okay.
And the thing is that nowadays we live in a generation where
You
it
just swipe,
yeah, swipe,
and you have
and
sex
people,
with Dan.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like
And
Frank.
that's the thing.
If only I was that lucky.
Like Frank.
And this is the thing,
Like
right?
Frank.
A lot of people
Hell
don't
yeah,
understand.
definitely.
A lot of people don't understand why sometimes they're so attached to these people. But whenever you have sex with somebody,
You understand why? Yeah.
it creates this
A bond. It's something very strong.
Yes.
That's the reason why God always says don't have sex until marriage, because
Yeah.
once you have sex with somebody that you're married with, you guys become one.
See, like everything that you guys are spitting, like I believe. The only thing that I don't concur, which would be like, yeah, like for example, like you had your experience on like that proved that God was real. You had yours. Of course, I've had mine that proved that God is real within what I believe, right?
Yeah.
Because we all, like, I'm pretty sure everybody has experiences like that. Well, number one, it goes back to like the bias, you know, like the whole bias. What was it? Bias, confirmation bias. You know, something gets proven, it's like, okay, then that, of course, that makes sense, right? Of course, like, it's no coincidence. You can't call it a coincidence when it happens over and over and over and over again.
Exactly.
You see a pattern, like, oh, after I do this, this happens a million times, like you know, like 10 times, like really, like that can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Cool. That being said, I do think that, yeah, like there is a higher power that did create universe, right? And this thing, this guy, this energy, yeah, we know it as God, or it can be interpreted as God. And for us to be able to comprehend it, we create things such as like, oh, religions or something. And for us to dumb it down for us to understand it, then we give it a label, because otherwise we wouldn't understand it. But I just think that everyone connects to that higher power in their own way, and then that gets just proven back. And we just cannot really comprehend that thing, him, her, it, because it's just billions of years. Like, it's just like, how old is God, right? Like, it's never
5.
been born. It's just always been in existence, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can we expect to understand it and say or claim that you know what he, she, or it wants if, you know, we have a very limited understanding? I mean, we can't see the majority of the light of the electromagnetic spectrum. We can only hear a very small portion of the wavelengths that exist out there, and we're just living in this very limited body. And therefore, when you, back again to the DMT stuff, when you expand your consciousness, you can get closer to that, or at least perceive a little bit more of what your body cannot, you know? So it's like, that's my whole thing on like, yeah, I think like there's a creator. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense that there isn't,
Yeah, exactly.
you know? Like, there has to be something.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, if you want to understand it as faith, that super cool. Like, that gives you purpose, because we all got to have purpose. At the end of the day, we would all be
course.
depressed.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. So, and it goes back to like, to me, like, that's when like everything gets segmented. Like, there might be one truth, and everyone's like, oh yeah, but there is recognition, or there's no recognition, or yeah, but he wants this, and like, let me just mistranslate this, and he just wants the wife to be submissive to the man, and like, no, but I don't believe that, and everything just gets segmented from there, and then that causes war.
Yes.
So to me, it's like, yeah, we all have just that one truth, but then all this segmentation just causes war and misunderstanding, and that's the whole thing. To me, it's like, I just don't like that. And that's the whole like stigma with religion.
And do you know who causes war?
But you can, yeah. But I mean, you can call it Satan. You can call it the sin, right? Other skeptics
I wouldn't call it,
thing.
because a lot of people, you know, I always ask these questions, like,
Yeah.
because you know, it's, how can I say, like, a lot of us always want to blame the devil for every bad thing. The devil.
And the devil's like, well, I never did shit. You have free will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like wars and everything, or diseases and everything, it's created by us. I feel like because the fact that God gave us the whole free will, we decided to do un desmadre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hicimos un desmadre y todavía lo estamos haciendo. ¿Me entiendes? And the thing is that God has so much love for us that He's still letting us do our own thing.
Free will, so you can learn.
Yeah, so you can learn. But remember, there's a time limit. We don't have all the time in the world.
According to how we understand things.
Well, I mean, no, not really, because you're gonna die eventually.
You will. But then who's to say that you don't reincarnate?
I mean, my point is, okay, I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Let's say you do reincarnate. That still doesn't change the fact that you have a time limit and that you still die.
Yeah, but that means that, I mean, you're just going to be stuck here until you pinche learn, right?
But that's my I get you, but that's still my point. Like, there's still a time limit whether the reincarnation is real or not. Like, well, it still stops and then you start over.
Yeah, but there's a time limit on what?
On the clock. Get it? Because
I mean, just in general, because I know what he meant by like a time limit. Like,
I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, like there's a time limit on what? Like,
yeah. So what I mean, there's a time limit.
Like from here until like God floods the whole world again.
Well, He's not gonna.
No, it's just no. What I mean is like the time from you're here, since you're born, until the time you're dead, right? Yeah. Because God gives you free will. He gives you the life. You choose the life that you want, right? Yeah. But the thing is, like how I said, I strongly believe that the reason why we were created is to find God. You know, to find true love.
And do you think God is out there, or do you think God is inside of you?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. A lot of people complain like, well, God. I have a friend that he told me last night. He's like, well, if God really loves me, then how come this is happening and this and this and that? And I was like, well, all that is happening because you allowed it to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's because of your own sin. You know, so I believe God is everywhere. It's just that sometimes we just push Him away, or we don't recognize that He's there.
Or it's also think about it this way.
God, let me say one thing. God is everywhere, but inside of you. You have to let Him in for Him to be inside of you.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
That makes sense.
Like He is everywhere but inside of you unless you allow Him inside of you.
That's right.
That does make sense, but I think you couldn't even be alive without some sort of like spark of life, right? You couldn't even have consciousness, so therefore God already has to be inside of you. Maybe you just, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like seeing it as the eyes of enlightenment, right? Like the Buddha. So check it out. So to me, like this shoe, we can throw dirt. But the shoe is still a shoe. You just have to clean it. So we have all these ideologies, but God is how we understand God, or the Buddhist as enlightenment. It's already in you. You just have to get rid of all the shit that's already on you. And that you've accepted as truth. But that's still in there. Because otherwise you wouldn't even be a human. So this wouldn't even be a shoe, you know?
I get what you mean, yeah.
Okay, so there's all this perspective that at the end of the day, like, who knows, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
So it's cool because like we can have all these debates, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, everyone has the right to believe what they will.
Exactly.
And everyone has that confirmation. Everybody has that. Like, you know, like you can be like, hey, I'm a Christian, like, and that's it. And I've confirmed that God exists because I have my own experiences. Yeah, but so does like people in India about their own gods.
Yeah.
If you talk to them, they'll be like, Krishna exists, and I'll tell you why. And they'll be like on it. And they'll be like, after I prayed, he did this. After I prayed, he did that. After I prayed, he did that. And it's the same thing. That's just how they perceive God. So to me, it's therefore like religion is more of a cultural thing. You were just raised with it, right? So therefore you believe it.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's still agreeing that it's just a higher power. And maybe in India, they perceive it as Krishna and 10,000 gods because, you know, they have a lot of gods. And over here, we just perceive it as one. At the end of the day, it's the same fucking thing. There's a higher power.
Yeah.
That we all connect to. And I think that's how I believe. That's my perspective. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not trying to impose it on anyone just for this debate, you know?
Yeah. So what were you going to say, Frank?
Sorry, bro.
Honestly, I forgot.
But yeah, I love these fucking discussions because at the end of the day, you know, and like, I think like it's important to have them because you go back to your foundations and what you believe in and why you prove it to yourself. Same thing for me. It forces me to be like, okay, why the fuck do I believe what I believe?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And we're all wrong. You know, like at the end of the day, like who knows?
And it goes back to what I was saying like before off camera. Like,
Yeah.
I believe what I believe, and I'm not saying what I believe is correct.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
Like-
just what works for you, and that's perfect.
Mhm.
You know? And I think it's very personal, you know?
oh for sure.
You know, faith is just very personal. Yeah, but your theory about like the whole like the devil in the politics was crazy. So if you can tell it,
Okay, well,
like how would you start it? You know,
because
we're
he started
so-
it off, and I just piggybacked off of it.
we're so back, like we're so like off of that, you know, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because it just went the conversation went a completely different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did we start it off though?
We
It
started
was
off with
really good.
Lucifer. Back then, when he was an
Oh.
angel, he was able to sing, and therefore now he's in pop culture because he dominates singing or music.
Yeah, so Satan, as everybody knows, he was really known as like a really great, he was a really great musician.
He was the
or
best. He
singer.
was the best singer.
Yeah, the best singer. Most beautiful being the best singer. So
Keep going.
how did that go? I forgot how we end up going to that topic. Okay, now I remember. So the fact that Satan was the best singer and the most looking beautiful person, because if you notice, like in pop culture, a lot of these artists are good looking too.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Everyone's,
you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's a model.
Yeah, everyone's a model in their own way. Even for example, Cardi B, she looked ugly way before she even did the whole music. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean the Kardashians and the Jenners.
yeah, so I strongly believe that Satan has to do a lot when it comes to the pop culture, to the music,
And I mean,
Hollywood.
everybody references Satan.
And the reason
Most
why
people,
the
sorry.
reason
Sorry.
why I say that he controls the pop culture more than anything is because if you really pay attention, bro, that like the whole music industry, it's real what is the word? It's real.
They pay tribute to Satan.
No. It's real, like it's real influential, bro.
Okay.
Because whenever you ask, for example, whenever you ask for like the majority of the people, like, oh, like who's your idol or who, whatever.
Yeah.
Most times, bro, they're gonna tell you somebody that's an artist.
Yeah.
If you really pay attention.
Yeah.
Like,
it's very rare when someone's like, no, pues, this astronomer at NASA.
Exactly.
Like this studied person over there.
Exactly. And that's what I mean.
And nobody knows about them. Like,
It's real influence.
yeah.
It's like.
Or Michio Kaku is like, you know?
And that's what.
Who's gonna say that?
That's what
Exactly.
takes me back to that because it's so influential. Like people want to be like those specific people, and Satan knows that. So it's easy to manipulate people that want to be like that.
Because there's a whole lie on like, hey, you want fame.
Yeah.
And you want money.
Yeah, of course.
And at the end of the day, like that's just gets you further away from what we all perceive as the creator. Whether you want to call it God, Christ, Krishna, however you see the division, however you don't see the division, it just gets you further away from creation.
Yeah.
Yes, and it does. I feel like music, money.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
like
just-
And
it's just sin.
music
And-
is all about
and-
like
and-
sex
Yeah.
and money,
Yeah, nowadays it is.
It is
right?
like back then.
which is not music to me.
It's not like, dude, back then, like when you would listen to the music that was created before we were even alive, bro, before we were even thought about being made,
It's beautiful.
like, dude, it's completely different. Like you don't
Yeah.
like you don't hear people talking about like women or drugs. Or,
no,
like none of that.
I just saw this like 2 days ago, like a comparison. Like it was like, put your head on my shoulder. That was a song from like what, the 60s or something. And nowadays it's like, I'm gonna beat, and I'm gonna
Yes.
fucking fuck that. It's just
Yeah.
That's
like
exactly.
that's not music,
It's
bro.
not.
That's just
It's not.
that's
but
shit. And I mean, like that's the thing. Like everybody, like number one, it's catchy. It's a catchy beat, so you just want to sing it, and you kind of you vibe to it at the club, right? Whatever, like wherever you listen to, but like the lyrics are just trash. Like if you really pay attention to like Bad Bunny lyrics, it's like
It's garbage.
it's
Peso
like
Pluma.
well, yeah, it's like what am I singing, bro?
But it's like you said, like the beat is badass and everything.
Yeah,
but like
the
the
beat is
lyrics
catchy.
itself, like it's
trash.
It's great, dude. It's
And
like
he's like what? It's like what? It doesn't even make sense.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
what makes a song really like, because if you really think about it, like it's also a sin to listen to music and to let that music get to you. Like, you know, sometimes like music will alter people's mind. Sometimes I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that there's a Eminem song that he took out. He says it in one of his verses that because one of the songs that he made was one of those person he killed somebody or something like that at school. They shot somebody.
Okay.
But because what I'm trying to say is that the music, the instruments that they being used, like it alters your mind. It alters your.
I have a perfect question for you then. Like, well, both of y'all. So
before y'all say anything, I heard. I don't know if it was a conspiracy theory, if it was something real about like how Satan like infiltrates all this music and shit.
Yeah.
I heard that there was a certain type of frequency that's like banned to use in music because of like it's like somehow connected to Satan and shit like that.
No, because
or it's like addictive or some shit like that.
It'll
Like the
manipulate
frequency.
you. Yeah.
That was that.
Well,
that was
I
that whole
think
thing in Astroworld.
No, and it was like the whole thing of like no, I think like that frequency that's like quote unquote like banned is the one that they all use now. So they can get to your head, you know, because it's like
I'm gonna use that frequency in my streams.
it's like 430. It's like 432, and then back then it was 430 something, so something like that, dude. But you can even look it up. But I don't know it. I don't know the whole thing, but I'm sure like there was some sort of Hitler knew that, so he started using that frequency to have manipulation over whatever the fuck he was doing. So this is like, you know, ya tiene tiempo. But what I was gonna say, like, and I want to ask you this: so is this a sin? Whenever I'm sitting down, and I design, I love doing brand identities, right? That's just my shit. I design a whole brand identity. I sit down and sketch out logos or something. I come up with color palettes. I come up with brand elements, and I create this beautiful. I'm very proud of it, right? This beautiful thing, whether it's an app design, whether it's a website, whether it's a brand identity, and I'm always listening to music, and I get in the flow. I drink my coffee. You know, I drink my coffee. I'm in the flow. I'm working. I'm chilling. Is that sin? I'm in the flow. I'm being very creative and I'm creating. And I enjoy it and I love it. Am I altering my head, my mind? Of course. I'm drinking music. I'm listening to music. I'm drinking coffee. So is that sin under the eyes of what you guys perceive as God?
No, because I would say no.
Okay.
Because it's not altering your mind in a negative manner.
Okay. So it's the purpose that I'm using it for.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you're doing it in a productive way.
Okay.
You're using it to your advantage.
And that's cool because like it goes back to a quote that I always love using, which is energy is neither bad nor good. Like
we make it bad or good.
So for example, like I'll tell you the quote that I use, but for example, like we all believe here that witchcraft is a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
What is witchcraft? Essentially, it's just manipulation of energy, which is just magic, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's allegedly white magic and black magic, right?
Yes.
So I think magic is just magic. And the quote that I use is, a knife is a knife. I can use it to cut up some veggies and cook for you, or I can use it to kill someone. But a knife is just a knife.
Yeah.
So energy is just energy. What are you going to use it for?
Okay.
And that it goes back
with that.
To what I just said, yeah.
So it's cool. So the thing is like, we all just agree in the fundamentals.
Yeah. It's
we just put different labels.
Yeah, it's the same thing whenever they used to, because I know in the Bible, in the Old Testament, it says that you're not supposed to mark yourself, right? Ink or nothing. With
like
anything.
tattoos or what?
Yeah, tattoos.
Yeah.
But in the New Testament, it's kind of different now. You know what I'm saying? So one of my questions always was it a sin getting a tattoo? Yes and no. I think it's more of a sin if you get something that it's not like
meaningful
or, you know, maybe not God related or something, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, I still like feel like getting a tattoo is still bad. It just depends what you're using it for, how you said.
Yeah.
It all depends. Like, let's say I'm not going to go put myself like, oh, la muerte here, and then I'm going to church, you know? Obviously, if you already had it and you started going to church, it's fine, you know? Because, like I said, God will still forgive.
People change.
Yeah, people change. You know what I'm saying? But you can still go to church and get a tattoo, right? But it just depends what you put yourself on. You know what you put yourself on your skin.
I'm kind of like glad that we're having this conversation. It's just very interesting because at the end of the day, like these are all things that we all think about.
Yeah, of course.
And nobody, like, people are scared to talk about this in public because, you know, politics and religion create division.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it
so
does.
it's just like, and like, if we were in homies or like, you know, if we were just other people, right now we could be like at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Like raising our voices, you know? And that's what happens.
The thing about it is the reason why I think why it causes a lot of division is because a lot of people fail to set a common ground. I think that has a lot to do with it.
What does that mean?
When you set a common ground, like when you can finally have a conversation with somebody else and you can finally agree to something, you set a foundation, and then you piggyback off of that foundation, and then you have you have a discussion little by little about different topics and stuff like that.
So you're saying that kind of like, hey, you have a building, I have a building, but we're both in the same dirt.
Yes,
I can agree with that. You know?
like that's why I feel that it causes a lot of division, bro, because a lot of people they just really can't be adults and have a
nice debate.
Yes, a nice debate.
Like actually debating ideas and perspectives.
Yeah, because without one party thinking that he's correct and the other party thinking he's correct. Like the way we both agreed right now, like you believe what you believe, but you don't like you said, you're not saying your belief is correct. Yeah. And the same way I said, my belief isn't correct.
Yeah, it's just.
But I accept the fact that you believe what you believe. It's cool. I'm not here judging you based off of what you believe or like. That's why there's a lot of division and discourse like that.
Because there's people that shove it or they want to like be like, let me put you on this, but it's like, hey, dude, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, dude.
Like if you're gonna put somebody on it, you start off slow, bro. You start off slow,
but you also let them find it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you can go back to frequencies, we're on a different frequency. And, you know, some frequencies will resonate with Christianity and some will resonate with Buddhism and some will resonate with being an atheist and some would resonate with being a Satanist, you know?
Yeah.
We're on different frequencies.
Yeah, I agree to that.
So what are we talking about now, bro? So Frank, you've been quiet. Like, dude, this is the first time you're quiet.
Is that Emiliano?
No.
I know, right? Emiliano's so quiet.
I like everyone agrees. Like, oh, Emiliano, yeah, Emiliano. I mean, if you're watching, you're a bitch out.
This is the first time you're quiet ever, bro.
Well, what am I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't want to interrupt y'all.
No,
It's
sorry,
not that
bro.
you're interrupting.
Literally, Emiliano.
I don't want to interrupt whenever it's like stuff about religion.
Oh.
I'm just listening. I'm just like, okay.
Well, but we want to hear your thoughts.
Because like,
like your perspective, bro.
The reason why I haven't been talking is because like I think of something like, oh, well, this would kind of be like connect with what they're saying, and then either you, Mitch, or Bryan says this, what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, okay,
and you're like, really?
Okay, I guess. And then it's
just say it, so
like
I can be like, oh yeah, like you know.
Don't lie.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the whole thing, because like for example, like, I mean, you don't believe in reincarnation, and you know he's a Christian too, but he's experienced something like that where like he might be the reincarnation of his grandpa. Yeah. And it's like,
how scary.
You can't. Like to me, it's like, how do you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, there really is no explanation for it. And yeah, I mean,
it's hard because I've even heard stories. I don't know if you guys heard stories about the whole 9/11. There's people that reincarnated from that, incident.
And they remember that?
Yeah, and they're young and they remember that and they remember the past lives. I think that's really interesting. I can't say like, oh, because according to my beliefs is that there's no reincarnation, but when I listen to those kind of videos, it's just kind of like,
it gets
wow,
you
it gets you thinking.
I mean, and anyone can be like, oh, but that's the devil trying to trick you. But the thing is, for example, me, I believe in reincarnation, and like I could be meditating, or what you guys could perceive as praying, I probably perceive it as meditation.
Yeah.
Same thing, connecting with higher self or higher sort of power, talking to it, and like I've had confirmation of reincarnation. I'm like, I just remember shit, and I'm like, that's just not in my life. Yeah. But little break.
Hey, y'all wanted me to talk, so we're doing this talk now.
All right, you can talk to
It's a joke. It's like, I can be quiet now.
Well, okay, and we're back. So we pretty much just agreed to disagree, or I mean, we just agree that we all have the same foundation.
Yeah.
And reincarnation. And we talked about it in another podcast, but I mean, we can get into the whole like scary stories thing, dude. Because I know have we said it on a podcast before? Yeah, but then again, the Halloween podcast, bro.
I want Bryan to say the story about his ranch and the white bitch.
That was
with your brother in the truck.
That's the only.
I do not know that story.
That's the only story I got, to be honest. But I'll say it. Okay. So I'm by no means saying that this story is real.
It's real.
But this is story. This is a story that I've been told by multiple people. So, my family has a ranch. I'm not gonna say where, but it's here in Texas. We have a ranch, and we go down this leash road. I want to say maybe like 5 miles in.
Fuck,
The
dude.
the leash road is about like 5
No,
miles.
that's scary.
I will let a song.
And-
You thought coming to Max's house was scary, bitch? Your fucking ranch.
Brian,
Yeah.
bro.
Fuck
It's
that.
Brian Skinwalker ranch.
It's like
Literally.
about 5 miles, little curves and shit like that. During the day it's not so bad, but at night, yeah, if you're
Like you get like goosebumps
I
and
ain't
shit.
even, yeah, like it's weird. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like I don't know if y'all have ever felt like when you're like, for example, let's say you're doing something right, and just all of a sudden you just feel like
The presence
like
of
some
someone.
energy, like
Yeah.
presence of somebody,
Yeah.
like you like feel like somebody
Like,
is staring at me, and then just
yeah.
like
Yeah,
oh,
that's happened to me
You
a
feel
couple
that,
times.
like uneasy, right?
Yes.
Like you're like, hey, there's something here, right?
yeah,
Not necessarily uneasy, but just like there's something like you know how like when a person like you're in a quiet room or what, or even if it's like at a mall,
Yeah.
and you're doing something and someone comes up to you, but you don't know, but they're like this,
but you can feel them.
and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But like you feel them like
Yeah,
that.
most people can feel a stare, which is weird.
I can, I can, and that's what's really weird. That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought that up.
Yeah.
Like I could, like, I'm not even kidding, bro. Like I could be over there doing whatever I'm doing, and you can be as quiet as a fucking cat, bro. Which them motherfuckers do not make noise when they creep up. You know what I mean? You can be you can be literally as quiet as a cat, and if you like stare at me, I will feel it, and I'll literally turn back around, and you would be staring at me.
Like I'm wondering if there's like some sort of study in that phenomenon, because how do you
Pretty
study?
sure.
How do you study that?
It's like that theory.
I really have no idea.
It's literally like a sixth sense, but like also like people do claim like, oh yeah, every time like I feel something and I turn around to that specific location, there's already somebody staring at me.
Yeah.
So it's like, what?
So the reason, okay,
Going back to the story.
Going back-
Going back to the story.
Before we fucking roll the ball.
Yeah.
like
Go,
Frank
go,
says,
go.
we're rolling the ball back.
Yes, let's do it.
That specific feeling is what you feel every single time, or more at night, not even during the day. But I
Brian
think-
starts feeling a finger up his ass.
But I think it's just
It's
more.
like somebody's staring at me. Yeah.
Stop staring. Stop staring.
I think it's just because it's more at night. Because honestly, during the day, pues, you could see, you know.
Chris.
It's just more. I guess it's
Maybe
more.
because you're more alert at night.
I would say, yeah, it's more of your brain. It's more of a psychological thing.
Could
No
be.
tengo.
So
Like, hammer could.
I mean, we know that. But anyways, you feel like that sense, that energy, whatever.
Yeah.
When you go down that road. Anyways, that's not my point. I'm just saying that. But so there was this story that I've been told by a couple of family members back in the day. There used to be that road that you go down to the to my ranch to, that used to be back in the day the main road that would separate those two towns that are right there. It used to be the main road, but I mean, obviously shit changes with time. I mean, you build shit somewhere, some places become abandoned, shit like that. So now it's a lease road to go. It leads to different ranches, not just our ranch. But there used to be a house in a specific area in that location, around that general location, that back in the day, supposedly there was a party. There was a party going on. Like I said, it's the main road to the ranch, so obviously there was people there or whatever.
It's always ranch parties, dog.
Chile, bro.
And there was this couple there that they were there and they got in an argument or whatever. So the girl left. She went walking. I don't know where the fuck.
That could man.
That she was wearing a white dress, supposedly, right? She was wearing a white dress.
She was gonna get married.
And then so there was this one time where my stepdad, one time he said that he was going into the ranch, and like where that house used to be, that house is no longer there, but which is a crazy part.
Yeah.
Like it's literally all fucking brush, wood, puro pinche monte. So he said that one time when he was driving down that road, right there, like around that general area where the house was, like he saw somebody walking, and like an actual fucking figure, like an actual human being. And I mean, he's just like, I mean, who the fuck isn't gonna find that like awkward? Like you're in the middle of nowhere, bro. Somebody's walking. Like the first thought that comes into your mind when you see somebody like that, or like maybe they need help, right? But for some reason, something told them like, just keep driving, don't stop. And so he got to the ranch or whatever, and he was waiting for a couple of my uncles to get to the ranch, and they all said the same shit, that they saw this woman or whatever, but nobody pulled over.
Shit.
So they go back way. They go back.
Was this at night?
Yeah.
Oh,
they go back to see like, oh, maybe she like needs help. Let's go see what's up, right? I mean, dude, it's fucking dark. It's a woman, like plain dark. Like, dude, and keep in mind she's walking without a light. That's what they said. Like, no fucking light, just plain dark.
Just straight walking in the fucking woods.
Just the light from the moon.
But okay, I guess that kind of makes sense if it was like a full moon night. But I was like, how would they see her? You know,
Yeah.
just driving at night.
I mean, in reality, like even if there wasn't any light, your eyes eventually adjust.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can. I'm not gonna say you're gonna see in plain sight, but you could.
Oh, pinche night
but you
vision. a la
can-
verga.
like when you're awake and you're like it's real dark, your eyes eventually adjust to the lighting that's around you.
Right.
But anyways, that's besides the point. So they go back and they say she's not there, way. Like, and keep in mind, like I said, the fucking road is 5 miles. There's no way somebody's gonna walk
5 miles that fast.
fucking complete miles that fast. Like, there's no fucking way.
Unless you're Usain Bolt. Ow.
So I don't know who the fuck is the one that told them. They went back. She wasn't there, and I think it was because to the left of where the ranch is located, there's another property, and I think those people had said they told like my family. They told me that right before you get to the last turnway, it's a left turn before you get to the road where our ranch is at. There's a big ass oak tree, but that motherfucker, like, that tree's fucking huge, bro. Like, you see the pinche trunk, that chingón.
Como el tronco de Max.
Nah, está chiquillo.
A little branch.
Nah, but not. Like, all bullshit aside, like, yeah, this, like, if you were to see, you'd be like, that fucking tree's old. Because, you know, I mean, you tell the ages by the rings and say, like, from the tree and shit. But it's chingón. And supposedly those people said that there was a woman that hung herself on that tree. And they said that they described the woman to them way that she was wearing a white dress and shit like that.
That was her. Right?
And that was her. That was her who they saw. And what was weird, like going back to what you were saying, wait, like una vez, dos veces, okay, like it could be coincidence, but like literally everybody who pulled up into the ranch saw her.
Fuck that.
At that point, that's not a coincidence, like we were saying.
Yeah.
And everybody just felt like just keep going.
And literally, like everybody just felt like they just kept going. Nobody pulled over.
Bro, honestly,
Like,
bro.
And dude,
That's a trip.
And what's fucking crazy, way, is like, what's crazy is knowing that story, way, and whenever you pass there, like, wait, like I don't know, way,
Like the, and the vibe and the energy changes.
You get a weird like fucking vibe. It's crazy, way.
Yeah.
It's
Bro,
crazy.
I'm gonna be straight up, way. Sorry to interrupt you, Brian, but like I feel like because I've been like not into his ranch, but like that road that he's talking about, like I've seen the tree and shit, and he's like the vibe and the energy is different, right? But like I have a feeling that like one day if like me and Brian end up like going to his ranch, if it's like for hunting or just to go chill or whatever, knowing me and this motherfucker's luck. We're gonna see something, bro.
Probably.
Like, knowing our fucking luck, we're gonna be like, hey, who's that viejilla over there waiting? Why? And be like, oh shit. Be like, hey, what's good, baby girl? How much it cost? Oh.
So
nah, but I'm gonna be like, hey, yo,
just
like,
don't go to Brian's ranch hunting, bro.
what if I want to?
It's crazy, way, like. But then again, it could all be psychological.
It goes back to you guys have free will. Do whatever you want.
It all goes back to the mind and shit, because I mean,
And
I'm not talking about like
you see
like
things.
like what they saw. I mean, that if they all saw it, it can't be psychological.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the vibes and shit. Like you program your mind like to be like, oh, I'm gonna feel this way. Like you're gonna feel that way is what I'm trying to say.
No, where it could get trippy.
Type shit. You know what I mean?
Where it could get trippy is if you invite or take someone to that same spot that they don't know about, like the whole situation,
And then they tell you.
Yeah.
Then that's where it's something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
So-
like when there's something, there's something. You know what I mean?
The thing
Yeah,
is, like,
for sure.
The vibe,
what if
the
she's
energy.
always there, right? So check it out. What if, like, you know how we can only see like a very small portion of the electromagnet of the light spectrum, right?
Photons, neutrons,
we can see like a
electrons.
very small portion, right, which is the visible light. What if that girl is always there, but you can only see her when you're just like relaxed, minding your business? Therefore, like whatever you can perceive expands. Since you're relaxed, you're not stressed, you're not tense. Expand slightly. She allows you to see her because you can you can perceive that frequency. But whenever you go look for her, since you're in that state of like looking and stress or whatever,
You don't see her.
she's just not there.
Pues ni que
She
fuéramos
disappears.
Ghostbusters, culero.
But that's the thing, that's the whole thing. It's like, dude, like, what if she's just always there? And it's like, it's just part of the visible light spectrum. I mean, the invisible light spectrum, the spectrum that we cannot perceive.
Yeah.
It's
That
like-
we can't see.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
Which
saying.
is most of the fucking universe.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it goes back to like now that you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna be looking out for it. So the probability of you seeing it is just not there.
None.
Yeah.
You know?
How would I go expecting? I'm not expecting to be like, oh shit, I really hope no one shows up.
So, I mean, just go with the Ouija board.
I'm alright.
Hey, I'm gonna go with the Ouija board.
Yeah. So it's like,
I feel like Frank would play with that way.
Fuck no.
I feel like
For some reason, right? Like
Fuck
I feel
no.
like he would be so bored, like one day, and he'll be like, you know what? Let me do something. New.
like he's like streaming. He's like, what do I do, chat? Fuck it, Ouija board. He's like, fuck it.
I mean, for a $20 dono, I'll do it out.
20
I
bucks
just
to
feel like
do
the
it.
Ouija
I
board.
feel like he would. I mean, not for a dono, but I feel like
Anyway,
if he
like-
was bored enough.
Imagine somebody gives like Frank like a tape strip of a Ouija board, and he's just streaming, and all of a sudden there's just something moving in the back like that.
I'd be like, hey dog, as long as you pay rent in this bitch, it's
Anyway,
all
if,
good.
if they told you, if somebody told you, or no, I'm not even told you, if somebody
Yes,
donated you $1 million to do it, would you play it?
Yeah. It's $1 million, cuz. I
See,
might be possessed, but I'm a rich.
That's what I mean. That's
Rich
how.
and possessed.
That's how
Rich and
gullible
possessed,
he is.
cuz.
Way. That's how
Good, yo.
gullible.
Hit me up for $1 million, cuz.
You know,
That's my point.
That's the devil telling you that money is the way to go.
That's why they say
Bro,
money is the root of
the
all
Ouija
evil.
board is just like an 8-ball.
I think a Ouija board is just a tool.
It's like the
A tool to
coked up
what,
version
though?
of the 8-ball. That's what
A
I'm trying
tool
to say.
to communicate with what we cannot perceive.
Estoy feo.
Like
Sí.
the-
It's kind of like the knife. What are you gonna use it for? I don't think a Ouija board is necessarily tied to negative stuff.
It's not, but it mainly is. But you have to know how to open and close and play the fucking Ouija board.
The thing is, I think that the Ouija board is not evil. It's just a tool, right? Kind of like the knife that we talked about earlier. But the density of evil beings in maybe this planet or maybe this, it's a lot. So you're more than likely gonna be in contact with
Bro,
somebody.
and it all ties
evil.
up to stuff like that,
Yeah.
bro. Like whenever,
Because we all probably have like 10 demons around us or something.
I mean, hopefully not, but you never know, right?
Yeah.
But it's like how, like, how like in the movies, like of The Exorcist and this and that, like for example, like the new movie, which one, The Exorcist Believer? You good?
Yeah, some shit like that. The
Like,
Believer.
Yeah, something like that. Like the new one that just came out.
Oh, I went to go see
Yeah,
it.
like the girls
Did you
got
like it?
possessed because they were fucking around
I'm
with
sorry
some.
for that.
Yeah.
That's his God.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, you saw it?
I saw
Oh.
it, but let me tell you, because I want to go see it, and they didn't tell me that the movie that I was gonna watch was gonna be a scary movie. And that's the thing about me, I don't like scary movies, right?
I don't like scary movies either.
I don't, I really don't. But this one time, this is the reason why I tripped, right? Because I was all happy, excited. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see a movie, but I was kind of excited because I was like, I'm gonna do shrooms.
Oh,
So
fuck.
yeah, so I was like,
He's
No.
levitating.
no,
They're gonna
dude.
think he's possessed. Fucking
Yeah,
foam
bro,
coming out.
he's
Like,
No, bro.
Fucking
Check this out, bro. I was
Hearts
excited.
fucking suck on it. What?
But it got to a point where already I was like, oh, so what movie are you watching? It was a scary movie. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm on shrooms. I was like, I'm not going to tell them. I was like, all right, fuck it. It's a scary movie. Just kind of like, don't look. So we started getting to the movie and everything. And
he
it
looks
was
to the
so,
side. There's a devil. He's like, hi, Mitch.
Oh, what's up, cuz?
I didn't know that the movie was about like exorcism or exorcist, right?
Okay.
I didn't know it was about that. And it was so weird because when I was... The thing with shrooms, like shrooms make you feel everything, sense everything, feel and see things that are not even there. There's a time that I was in my room chilling and I was watching a video about, religion and everything. I swear the umbrella turned into a statue of like either a statue of St. Jude or Jesus just looking at me. It tripped me out, right? So just imagine what I was feeling when I went to go see this movie.
My God,
and
that's wild.
I started coughing. Like I was like, oh shit, like I want to throw up. I was like, why do I feel like that? And I'll go like, and I was like, oh shit, why did I feel like that? So I left. I went to because I wasn't feeling good. So I left. I went to the restroom. I started throwing up. I started throwing up, and when I threw out like I know 100% there were shrooms, right? But it just felt like an old me came out. You know what I'm saying? And the whole, like when I look at the toilet, it was all black.
Oh,
Black.
fuck.
It was black. There was fucking like corn. I don't even remember eating corn. You know what I'm saying? And it would trip me out that there was blood coming out too. So I was like, oh shit. So when I went back inside, I noticed it was the Exorcist movie, and I was like, what the fuck was just that? And then that's when I started fucking feeling like walls were kind of like
Closing in and shit.
closing in, and I just started feeling like there was demons around the whole theater.
Bro,
And I was freaking out because and that's the thing, they said that watching scary movies, it opens doors.
It opens portals and shit.
Yes,
I would not doubt it.
Movies, shows, mirrors, all that stuff opens portal. And bro, and I'm kind of
Not mirrors.
well, when you put two mirrors together, like mirror and mirror, that's when it opens portals and shit like that. But I'm gonna kind of agree with you on that part, because whenever we went to go see the movie, especially whenever it's like about like, because like scary movies, I'm not a big fan of scary movies.
Yeah.
And like but when it's like about like Satan and like exorcism and shit, like it, like I'm not saying I'm a big fan of it, but it's intriguing to me. Like it's interesting. Like I kind of want to know and learn about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not that I like it or that I want to do it or this. None of that's all right.
The thing is, you gotta study it, because then when the time comes and you already study it, you know how to defend yourself because you studied it.
And there have been several times where like whenever I'm watching those type of movies,
to be quite honest with you, when it comes to like exorcism and shit, there's not much to study.
Well, the thing is, like,
It's more like that goes back to faith a lot.
Yeah, a lot. And
lot.
that's the thing. Like, there's a reason why I kind of didn't want to watch it, because spiritually wise, right now I feel like I'm weak. And that's my fault, you know, because I haven't been getting closer to God. I haven't been, you know, and that's the thing. Whenever you watch these kind of movies, is that you don't know what demon you're taking home. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's a demon that's going to come out straight out of the screen and it's going to get inside of you. No. But what I mean, a demon can transform into himself as pornography, money, sex, you know, fame. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're taking after watching that movie. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like those kind of movies opens doors that they become hard to close.
See, I think that like what you said, like, oh, like it just goes back to faith. Like, you know how we've only been like modern for how many years? Like, let's say like how long have we had Christianity, right? Like maybe after Jesus, maybe a couple hundred years after, right? So we've only had like 1,500 years or so, you know, like
maybe like 2,000 years.
Studying faith. Well, maybe even more, right? Because it goes back to, you know, Egyptians with polytheism and all that. Mm-hmm. But what if there's just like, let's say there's alien worlds out there, right? Way more advanced. How do we not know that there's specialized topics or specialized sort of like, you know, fields of interest, or like, you know, like kind of like here astronomy, and then we have like physics and stuff like that. How do we not know there's a branch of physics that we don't know about because we are a very baby species, and that deals with like how to control these negative energies? So there is a field of study, and it's not just about faith. It's just like, let's go ahead and study it so we can combat it.
Well, there are studies for exorcisms.
I mean, you could, you could,
and you have to study the demonology,
you have to study,
but
demonology.
There you go. Sorry, demonology.
But to fight, or I mean, I guess you could say to fight that it's with faith, bro.
Yeah, because there's
like
a big difference.
It has a lot to do with faith, because like you can, let me tell you this. You can get like the most brilliant guy, bro. The guy that knows the most, like he's the fucking sharpest tool in the shed about demonology and stuff. But if he's weak, like if he's faithfully weak, bro, that guy's done. Doesn't matter how fucking smart you are.
Yeah.
But how can you take that to be true or factual?
Because
it's written. There has been proof about exorcisms.
Let me ask you this: why do you think
we're going back to the whole? We're going back to the same thing.
Why do you think? Well, it's because it all literally ties back to that. That's the thing. That's what's crazy. And
there's videos and recordings of exorcisms.
Like, no, I get it. No, but I mean,
like I'm talking about literal proof.
Why do you think there's only see that? Why do you think there's only certain people who handle exorcisms, bro? Because if it was that easy, like if it was just as simple as studying it, don't you think there'd be a lot more people who would do it?
Yeah, no, but I think like I guess to agree to disagree, I think it's got to be a combination of both. You can't just go into the field unstudied. Be like, my faith is gonna be the whole thing. Is like, no, you gotta know what you're doing.
I just feel like you just have to be spiritually strong. Like you gotta know your beliefs. You gotta have a relationship with God because you're going into a realm that it could like transition to you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can carry with. Like you can't. Not even a doctor. Not even prepared. Being prepared. Like not even a doctor. Let's say you're the best doctor and not even that they can fix.
But that's the thing. It's spiritually prepared. Not
physically or
like knowing, like studying, like
not like
the knowledge of it.
It's
like
more,
saying this,
it's more
Max.
of spiritual. That's what I'm
then
trying
like
to say.
the thing that's the whole thing. I'm like, oh well, define study. Like study does not necessarily mean like let me read a book. You know.
Well, I feel like the definition about studying means
it's very broad. For example, like I can tell you that when I start designing, I'm studying because I'm learning new things as I'm finding them out.
Yeah,
I'm just designing. You know. The whole thing is like you can't just go unprepared either.
Yeah.
Oh no, of course not. Of course
not.
Never.
Like I can't go to a client meet and be like, no, pues I believe in myself and I'm gonna have all the faith in the world that I'm gonna, knock this out of the park. But if I don't know how to design, they're gonna be like,
oh, that.
Why did you tell us that you can do this?
Yeah.
They're just gonna laugh me out of the room.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just feel like a lot of people on that topic, I don't feel like they'll be willing to be. Oh, I'll be down to do like les quito el diablo.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think
but like a real one. I've seen people that like allegedly they're like, oh, I'm casting out demons and it's like no, you're not. You know, it's like whenever you're in front of like a real thing, like you're gonna crawl up into a ball.
And then first of all, too, like, if they're casting out demons. If they're casting out demons, it's not them. It's the Holy Spirit. You know, it's God doing its work.
Facts.
Because no matter what, it could be like how Bryan said, someone can go and pray, even if you feel you're strong, but there's fear. Oh, it's not gonna work.
You know what I'm saying? That demon's gonna feed off of your fear.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It all goes based on faith. Just when Jesus told, I don't know who it was. I don't remember the name. So forgive me if I said his name wrong. But Jesus has spoke to one of his fishermen. I don't know if it was Peter or one of them.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think it was Peter.
Yeah, it was Peter, and he had told him to walk on the water, and he didn't have faith.
He looked at him, was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, he didn't have faith, so he started drowning. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing as us as humans. We don't have faith, we're gonna start drowning. And situations like that, we open doors that they become a lot harder for us to close.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to open them, but it's gonna be very hard for us to close those
because
doors.
now it's not only one demon attacking you. Now it's like 3 or 4 or 5.
I'm playing with a Ouija board.
Why are you playing at me, bitch?
And it's crazy.
You're the one playing with it
for $1 million.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Because there's like so many ways that God can test your faith. So many ways. And dude, like I'm gonna tell you, this actually just happened to me this past trip. My last load that I picked up and I dropped off in Corpus, I picked up in Louisiana. And the reason why I'm saying this is because how Mitch said that right now he's like spiritually weak, and that shit hit me hard way because the guy that was loading me, like I don't know, I'm not even gonna judge, but to me, I don't think he was like mentally all there. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's just the way he is. But after he finished loading me, bro, like he gave me my paperwork, right? And straight up, did I promise you, like out of nowhere way, he literally asked me. He's like, "Hey, can I ask you something?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you know where you're gonna go when you die?"
Oh la verga! What the
bro?
Fuck?
That's my favorite question,
bro.
Dude. Nada que ver, way. I didn't talk about Jesus. He didn't nada way. After he gave me my papers, he told me. Even me sacó de onda way. And I guarantee you, way, my whole drive back way, that was on my head.
Oh fuck! Bryan was just like the car, quiet car ride like this.
Like straight up,
Like,
way,
fuck.
like, dude, like, look, I fucking have chingos of goosebumps, way.
Yeah.
It was crazy because
But look, how about we talk about that in the next segment? Hold up.
That right there is like that. I literally took that as in like yeah, God is he's testing me. He's testing me to see where my faith is at.
It wasn't the guy telling you that. It was
to see where I stand.
Something else.
And it's dude.
See, but
It was so like the most randomest moment way, and that's the way it happens way. Like when you least expect it.
see, and like, that's cool because like that you mentioned that because I was listening to a podcast today, with Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock, the guy from Asian Apocalypse, the guy, he produced it. I think he's in it. I think his title is Egyptologist. I could be wrong. He could be so much more. But he says like, oh yeah, I'm no longer in fear of dying. He's like, I fear pain, but not dying. And it's like, okay, like elaborate, right? So he's like, no, I mean, it's because like he studies things like psilocybin and mushrooms and ayahuasca trips and all that. By going into them, he's like, you need to do 12 at least, right? So you can have a full understanding. And like, you know, there's evidence that all throughout the world, people see the same beings and they have the same message. So he wants to study that, right? And after studying like ancient civilizations and, you know, past civilizations and all that, and like, you know, everybody has their own thing of like heaven, whether it's heaven or the afterlife or whatever, he's like, I'm no longer in fear of dying. I know I'm going somewhere. Call it whatever you want. But yeah, dude, I mean, he's like, yeah, in my ayahuasca trips, like you just like literally like feel more connected to that is out there, like that is the creator, whatever you want to call it, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, it goes back to the whole thing, like.
But sometimes I feel like it's like a double-edged sword. And reason why, because I've done shrooms, right? Like a couple times. And yes, you do feel a connection, but you also feel this, like there's this one time, I don't know why I started feeling like this. And it's kind of weird, but there's one time that I did it and my whole body felt como que estaba bien desesperado. And I wanted to fucking like, fuck. I was like...
You got that anxiety?
I got anxiety, but then me estaba desesperando. It got to a point where I fucking went home and I couldn't go to sleep. I was turning around my bed so much. And it got to a point where I just started feeling demons were speaking to me. And it was no longer that I thought that it was God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like...
Yeah, a really bad trip?
It wasn't a really bad trip, but it got to a point where I don't want to say this, but it just made me feel like I wanted to kill myself because it was just too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think either I prayed or went to sleep. And, you know, the next day I was like, okay, that's it. I'm not going to go ahead and be doing them just the way I used to because it got to a point where I was doing them maybe 3 days in a row.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you feel that connection and it's so different, bro. Like
you crave it.
You crave it. Not that you crave it, but you crave the whole sensation of
the trip.
Love of like, man, I love this person or I want to keep doing this. And it makes you feel good, but at the same time, it just fucks with your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole point of doing drugs. I think it's bad. You know, I don't encourage anybody to do that, you know?
Without me.
Yeah, without me. Yeah. No. I'm saying because even though if I do drugs, I don't recommend it to anybody. I mean, I do it for, I don't know, for some stupid reasons, but I don't recommend anybody do them. I feel like you just get off them, you know, and that's why I believe that doing shrooms, doing LSD and all that.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, because I feel like all that makes you want to get closer to God, but like how my friend said. So, because we had this conversation, you know, I was like, why is it every time I do shrooms, I want to get closer to God? You know, like, why? Like, and he was like, well, let me tell you this. Like, when Jesus died on the cross, like, wasn't that enough? Wasn't that enough? Why do you still have to do drugs in order to feel him? You know what I'm saying? So, to me, that kind of hit. I was like, oh, damn, it's true. So, him dying on the cross, wasn't that enough for me? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of changes my whole perspective about life. And it makes me want to do better. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really want to push for that podcast that I want to do, you know, by helping people out.
Yeah.
How to become a better person tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, dude. I mean, as long as it makes you, like, as long as you're striving to be a better person and you're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
And it's better if you're helping. Boom.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, like, I mean, there's going to be like a very selfish statement, but to me, it's like, I don't know why I never like, ever, nunca, it never occurred to me to do a drug. Like, I never felt that.
Cap. Ow.
No, like, I never felt that like, oh, like I'm
the urgency.
Or
like
fear of
need.
missing out.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested in like talking to people that do them or that have experienced these things.
I'm the same way as him.
Yeah, like I've never done like not even weed. Like the only drug is like coffee, right?
And it's so crazy. I used to be like that. I would never touch no drugs.
But it's like I'm interested in like people that have experienced this thing because to me it's like let's go ahead and study the supernatural. Like we don't understand what the fuck is out there. Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, for real.
And one thing that I like about like when I used to hang out with Mitch a lot, dude. Back like
Shit.
when it was him and Double A and stuff like that. like one thing that I've always liked about Mitch specifically is like, to me, bro. Like if you're gonna smoke weed or whatever, cool. I'm nobody to judge. I will not judge you, bro, on based off of whatever you do. I'm nobody to judge because I'm not any better. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But one thing that Mitch will never do, and I could say that, is he'll never force you to do it. Way there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who
force you.
like, oh come on, wait, come
Like,
on,
don't be
wait,
a
just
pussy
try it, wait,
shit,
peer
yeah.
pressure type shit.
Yeah, like yeah.
And with Mitch, way like every time when I was with them, it was actually the other way around. Way
Yeah, I'll be like, no.
he wouldn't even let anybody offer me. He'd be like, hey, he doesn't smoke, by the way. Like he'll tell them ahead of time.
It's because I don't want them to go through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you never touch drugs, because I wish I had that one person be like, nah, man, don't do it. This is not for you. As a matter of fact, it was the other way around. I had that one person, yeah, oh, you want to smoke? Oh, let's do it. I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, fuck it. My first time smoking weed, it was a really good experience. I was like, oh, shit, okay, cool. And then I remember I started smoking with people that smoke. So I was like, okay, I smoke. But then you started buying your own thing. And then once you start buying your own thing, now you don't smoke with everybody. Now you smoke alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever you smoke alone, you go into deep thoughts, and you go into really, really deep thoughts, and you start getting depressed. You start like overthinking about shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like they say, weed's a getaway drug. It opens other doors. I'm not too sure about that, but I believe it's true because damn, look at me. I've done like pretty much everything, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm not proud to say it, but I'm happy that I did this kind of stuff because at the same time I can teach these people what not to do.
And I think that goes back to studying. You study those drugs.
Yeah.
Now,
it's so
now
crazy.
you know what they are because you studied them.
You experienced them.
Yeah. And it's crazy because before I did shrooms, I studied the fuck out of it. I'm not gonna get myself into something that I know it's something because
It's something different.
yeah, and there's the thing.
Psychedelic.
There's one drug that I can say that I probably will never touch again, and that's LSD. I think LSD gave me the worst trip ever.
A lot of
It
people say that shit.
gave me a trip where it made me believe I was dead. And let me tell you how this trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
verga.
no,
Yeah,
it got bad, right? So
Yeah.
let's start it off. This is a really good story, right? So I was at school, and I remember this. There's this one guy we went to school with. I can't say his name
Yeah,
because.
no.
Right,
Mark
so
Garcia.
Yeah, the mug gets swatted.
Gets in jail and shit.
He's like, what the fuck?
And I remember that
Yeah.
around this time, I was like, because I had done acid with Double A, and I had a good experience. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, cool, man. So, you know, and I told myself, I was like, well, if I was able to handle it by myself, maybe the second time I could do it by myself. You know, so I was like, yeah, I think I got it.
Okay.
So I go with someone else, and this one person, he gives me some, and he tells me, yo, you take this. This is really strong. I was like, okay, you know. He didn't say anything. It was synthetic, right? Obviously,
fuck that.
there's pure and synthetic. Pure is more natural, right? So synthetic's more,
It's just lab made.
yeah, lab made. It's
altered,
more, it's,
more
yeah,
chemicals.
it's way altered, way stronger, and yeah, strong ass fucking chemicals. So I went home all happy and I was excited. I was like, oh yeah, cool. My parents ain't gonna be there yet, right? They're gonna get there late. I went walking to school, and I took it. And when I took it, the first fucking 10 minutes, it usually takes about like 30 to 40 minutes for it to kick in. It took me about 10 minutes.
Oh my
It numbed the fuck out of my mouth. I took out the whole thing and it was dripping. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this shit numbed my fucking mouth. And I remember when they were telling me, hey, when you have a taste in your mouth, and it's bad, don't do it. I didn't even remember having a taste. I just remember estaba amargo. Como si me eché un pase, pero en la boca.
Ajá.
¿Va? And amargo, bro. Como un limón feo, pero más gacho que eso.
Como una toronja, güey.
Más que una
Worse.
toronja, como un marcador, perro. Como si estás comiendo ink, bien feo. And me lo quité, and I put it there, like in a foil paper. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And I just started grabbing my phone. I was on my phone. And my bed, it's color red, white, black, gray, you know? And I was looking at my phone in the corner, and I had my hand like that. My whole entire hand, bro, it looked like it was inside of a puddle of blood.
Oh, la
Yeah.
verga.
And that's the moment when I knew. I was like, oh shit, I'm tripping. I was like, oh shit, the whole apps were blowing up. They were bouncing around. And I was like, fuck, I'm tripping. I was like, okay.
You're like, I'm tripping.
I was like, let's
tripping.
just calm the fuck down, you know, because I was like, okay, this is getting too intense.
Shit,
Dude,
man.
I kept in my room because at that time I didn't had no window unit
Okay.
because I used to have the central air. But for some reason, there in my house where I live is a trailer. It gets really hot because maybe the sun is hitting.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I still live in the same place, 8 Mile.
yeah.
yeah. So, mi jefe gets there, right? My dad, and you can hear the motor of the truck and everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, I felt like there was a tiger in my room. Yeah, like it felt hot in my room. I felt like a desert, bro. I was like, fuck. And you feel this vibration. It was pulling me against the wall, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, oh shit, what's going on?" Like this vibration. Yeah, I was tripping. So the trip kept going on, and I kept forgetting what I was supposed to do. What I wanted to do was to go outside. I wanted to see the you know, because they say that whenever you do psychedelic drugs, is like you got to do it on the nature. You know, nature is the most beautiful thing ever, right? So
Yeah. For
yeah, they say it's really good, right? So I was trying to, but nunca me puse una shirt. So I was like, fuck. I kept forgetting what I was supposed to do. I never fucking left my room, bro. And what happened is that at that time I was on the phone with one of my exes, right? At that time she was my girl. And what happened was that she said that we FaceTime. She said that my eyes were rolling back. And I was like, oh shit.
What the fuck?
Okay. I was like, what the fuck? I don't remember that. But what happened before that, I had knocked out. I fell asleep, I guess. And in that dream, I was walking by my house. So like Bryan's been to my house, right? He knows I live like right across the stripes from Memorial Mustangs, right? So
Don't be too specific.
Well, you know where the street is at, right? Whenever we had to cross, whenever we used to go walking from my house, from school to my house, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, on that road, bro, I was there and I would hear a train hit me. So that train would hit me, but it would say like, no sé como, like it would say like a big ass number, and it would hit me, and it would restart me all over again.
Damn,
and it would hit me again,
like a video game,
and it would restart me all over again. But then I'll be bleeding, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, okay, why can I? And I kept walking. And I was like, oh, he's coming. So I tried to jump, and it would still hit me, and I'm like, fuck. And what was happening is that I kind of woke up, and that's when I was FaceTiming with my ex, and my ex was like, your eyes are rolling back and this and that. I don't even know how we got off the phone. I went to my mom's room, and I hugged her, and I was telling her I love you and everything. And my mom was just kind of tripping out. She was like, the fuck? I was like, you good? I was like, yeah, you know, I love you, mom, you know. But the thing is that in my dream, I thought they were dying. But in reality, in the real world,
you were dying.
Yeah. And I was dying. My heart was pumping really fast. That's when my mom was like, what are you on? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm not nothing. And when I said that, I heard the train, and I saw my stepdad, his face, because they were watching TV. So the reflection of the TV, it looked like he was bleeding. I freaked out, bro. I grabbed him from the shirt. I was like, are you okay? And then I heard the train. I fucking jumped, bro. I hit the wall. They were laying down, like here. And I hit the wall. And they're like, oh, what the fuck? He's on something.
Yo, get this bitch. Get this motherfucker.
Get this motherfucker. He's on ya uno al hospital a la verga. Vámonos. Dude, that was the worst fucking trip. And I swear, bro, as soon as, dude, I was like hugging my mom and shit. I was all freaking out. My mom said, no, hombre, ese pinche pendejo bien loco. No, as soon as I got to the hospital, that shit wore off real quick. You know, so crazy because the doctor was like, man, so I was like, how much did you took? I was like, you know, I was still fucked up. I was like, I don't know, but it was good. My stepdad always tells me about that.
He's like, you want some, man?
Dude, just like, hook me up.
Yeah, my dad always tells me about.
Who's
you
your
remember
plug?
when you? Yeah, when you remember when the doctor told you, I was like, how was it? You're like, it was good. Yeah, man. But yeah, so don't do drugs, guys. No, stop. Quit that shit.
We thought it was
Yeah, invite me. Mitch, Meo Metro.
Nah, bro. Those are really bad, bro.
Yeah, it's a really crazy story. But I mean, I've learned a lot.
They can cause so much harm.
No, they do.
And they cause harm to the ones around you.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, for real. Mainly to the ones around you.
I mean,
still remember
imagine if
when
you would
Frank
have
was high.
passed away.
Not even. No, I never got high. I've never been high.
We gotta talk about that after the podcast. Hey.
Not on podcast.
What do you mean? No, I never got high. I've never been high.
Hey, wait, you remember when we were at the dealership, right?
Nah. I don't.
I wish I had that video.
I've been to like a lot of dealerships, bro. I don't know what you mean.
He's gonna be like, can you edit it out?
Take that out.
We'll talk about it after the podcast. When we're at Denny's, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down.
so Denny's or IHOP?
No, Denny's.
Alright.
Well,
Pocas preguntas.
Like, you know why not Denny's? Oh, yeah.
Well, she doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so
I love Denny's, but I mean, I'm down for
But
IHOP.
yeah.
No matter.
Yeah.
So, scary story? Or you want to cut it out?
No, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired. Not gonna lie.
I've already said all the scary
I'm
stories in the
really
podcast
hungry.
anyway.
Yeah, me too. I haven't fucking.
I'm sorry that this Halloween podcast didn't have any scary stories, but it was just very entertaining, and we just let the conversation flow. And I'm pretty happy with the debates that we had, bro.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah,
man.
bro,
I really
honestly.
appreciate you for having me over, man.
Well,
I know I had to fix an expressway.
Yeah, bro. You should
I
go back
skipped,
to it,
yeah.
bro. You should go
I know
back
I
to it,
have
man.
to. So
Your work is valuable.
Yeah.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no,
appreciate
but
it.
thank you guys for your time. This is like a collaborative effort, so I really appreciate getting together, the costumes, dude, being here
The mark.
on time,
Ow.
and to make this thing happen. So thank you guys so much.
Nah, man. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. As always, it's always a fucking pleasure.
All right,
Fuck yeah.
Any final thoughts?
No.
All right, well, we're gonna tune into Mitch's podcast coming soon in 2020.
Yes.
Late 2023.
Yeah. 2024 because we're about to go to next year. You know.
Nice,
So
nice.
2024. Yes. There's another podcast we're doing. It's called Sour Milk.
There you go.
We're doing that one. That one's actually coming up soon. Hopefully in 2023.
Yeah.
2024. It's one. Making one of my own. So hopefully that actually does happen too soon.
That will, bro.
You know?
That will.
Yeah.
It's
so-
gotta, bro.
No, for real, man.
Like, honestly,
I
yeah.
love talking to people, so I can't wait to actually just keep doing the same thing what you guys do. It's freaking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
Final thoughts?
No.
Follow Mr. DiamondDuck. All right, thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Sorry.